Hi, my name is Alexander Ziri, and I'm the head of product here at London Real, and I would like to welcome you to tonight's masterclass, Bulletproof Your Business Idea. Tonight, you're going to learn how to transform your passion into a profitable business. And not only that, you'll also learn what is the right passion to build a business from, because not all passions are created equal. But before we start, there is a link now right above your chat. That is a link to our workbook. Download that. We have laid out all the steps nicely so you can follow slowly and get the most out of this masterclass. But it is not me who will be presenting tonight's masterclass. I will introduce you to tonight's speaker. He is the founder of London Real, a personal project that has grown into a highly respected media company where he interviews the most fascinating people on the planet, bring out their truth, and share it with an audience who want to build a better version of themselves. He has had over 400 amazing guests on the show, including Ido Portal, Jocko Willink, Dan Pena, Dorian Yates, Wim Hof, John Joseph, Tim Ferriss, Graham Hancock, Gary Vee, Alex Icahn, Simon Sinek, Dan DePani, Elliot Hulse, and the list just goes on and on. What was first an idea has now grown into a global phenomenon that has impacted millions of people. We've hit 100 million downloads not so long ago. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to you the one and only Mr. Brian Rose.
Mr. Ziri.
Mr. Rose.
It's Masterclass time.
Yes, it is.
It's a lot of fun. We're here live at the World Headquarters, and we're going to be teaching something that I think we know a few things about, and that's how to turn your passion into a business. You know me. 7 years ago, there was no London Real. I was a pretty miserable guy. I didn't know anything about broadcasting, and now today, we've created what started off as a tiny podcast into a 7-figure and soon to be 8-figure business. And tonight, that's what I want to teach everyone about. So, if it's okay with you, I'm going to get started. Yes?
Have fun.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, folks, here we go. Tonight is the masterclass you've been waiting for. I've been waiting to do this because we are live here at the World Headquarters. I'll be calling your names out right now in this chat. It will be an interactive experience. I want to hear your ideas for your businesses. I want to hear your challenges, and I want to help you solve them tonight. We got 45 minutes here, and I need all of your attention for that next 45 minutes. But before we get started, tell me right now, what city are you in? I'm in London, England, but type in what city are you in. We've got people from 14 different time zones around the world. Also tell me, what is your business idea? Now you might say, Brian, I don't know, that's why I'm here. Just give me a guess. Tell me what you're interested in, and I'm gonna go shortly to the tapes and have a quick chat with you. And before we get started, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to eliminate all the distractions that are around you. You know, the television's on in the corner. You got all of those internet browsers up. You know what I'm talking about. Facebook and YouTube and New York Times and Lord knows what else you're watching. Just close all those things down. Take the dog, throw them out of the room, lock the door, tell the wife, the kids, the husband that you're going to be busy and you can't be disturbed, because tonight's call could literally change your life. It could point it on a completely different journey. I've seen it happen to the over 1,000 students that I've graduated. I know this stuff works. It works for 14-year-olds. It works for 85-year-olds. And those are two of the members of my last class. I've seen it work in countries all over the world, any type of idea all over the world. I'm teaching you strategies that will work from now until the end of time. These aren't tactics. These aren't ways to hack things. This is real solid business strategy in today's age. So make sure you close all those things down and let's get started right here. First, I want to give you the show up bonus because you made it. A lot of people didn't even make it tonight. They came up with an excuse or they got too busy or who knows. Maybe they're in fear of becoming a millionaire. I've met people like that before. So I want you to go ahead and save this for later, but I'm putting a link right now in the chat, which is the Success Secrets video made by Oren Clough. Now, Oren has a book called Pitch Anything. He's been on London Real 2 times, and he's got amazing energy. And I use a lot of his ideas when it comes to pitch mastery, and that's inside the accelerator. So go ahead and download that as well. I've got a second bonus for you later in the call. It's a fast action bonus that I'll be sharing shortly. So let's talk about tonight. I want to give you 3 actionable pieces of information. I'm talking real stuff that you can use tonight to start your way onto the business. And I can teach you how to make a business out of pretty much anything as long as we test the idea, focus on your 1,000 true fans, and consult a lot of the technology and some of the intellectual property that we've created here at London Real. So first, I want to show you how to discover your passion and then how you can get paid for it. Second, I want to show you how to find the right business idea by intersecting your talents, your passion, and the market. This third one is the one that most people forget about. They just think, I got a business idea, I'm gonna go build it. I have a restaurant idea, I'm gonna go build it. They don't test to see if there are customers first. Big mistake. I've seen people waste hundreds of thousands of dollars or 6 months or a year of their time. We're not doing that tonight, so that's what I'm gonna show you in step 2. And finally, in 3, I'm gonna show you how to consult your mom. And of course, I'm not talking about that wonderful lady that brought you into this world. I'm talking about the Market Opportunity Map, the MOM. This is a way that you can go in and investigate the viability of your business idea before you spend a single penny, before you waste a single hour. This is crucial. We borrowed this process from the Google Design Sprint. This is what all sorts of tech companies use to make the best products in the world, and I'm going to teach you that tonight. But first, let's just take a step back and say, why are you here? Why are you with me tonight? You know, I believe you're not here because you just want to make money. I believe you're here because you want to change your life. That's what we do here at London Real. We change people's lives. And you might be someone who wakes up every day and each day could be on autopilot. You have the same conversations with the same people. You go to a job that you don't really like. You barely make ends meet, and your life just continues the same or it slightly deteriorates. And I think it's one thing I heard one time that said, the definition of insanity is repeating the same behavior and expecting a different result. So you're here to try to get a change in mindset, some new ideas, some new energy, or some new inspiration. Well, you came to the right place, because I believe that when you take your passion and turn it into a business, you change your life. You just change it with positivity, you involve all sorts of incredible people, and you actually go on a completely different path. Of course, it's about making money, but it's about living your life the right way. And that's what we're gonna talk about tonight. I am living proof of it. These past 7 years have been the best of my life. And it's not about how much money I made or even about the people that know me all around the world. It's about the fact that I'm doing something I'm passionate about, I'm helping other people, and I'm creating value. And that's what I want to teach you here tonight. So that is our plan. But before we get started, a little bit about me. My name is Brian Rose, and I started London Real about 7 years ago from this studio right here. We have incredible conversations from people all over the world. I've had over 500 with politicians, CEOs of billion-dollar companies, rock stars, Hollywood actors, fighters, activists, you name it. It's all happened here. We beam that out to the world, but it wasn't always like this. I used to be a banker in the City of London, which is the equivalent of Wall Street here. And I worked for a company called ICAP PLC, and I had clients like Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan, and I went in every day trying to get all that money. And I would yell at people, and I would fight with people, and I would get angry, and I'd come home at night and look at all my money and wonder, what was life all about? I was depressed. I was drinking myself to death. It wasn't going anywhere. And I didn't even know that you could actually live your passion and turn it into a business. If I had watched this masterclass then, I think it would have changed my life. And that's why I want to share this stuff with you, because I've been on the other side where you're doing a job you hate, and it literally is a road into the grave, whether it's mentally or physically. And I want you to avoid that. And the time to take action is now. Now you're going to tell yourself, yeah, Brian, maybe in a month or in a year, I'll finally get around to it. The truth is, if you don't take action tonight, you're probably going to lose the window of opportunity. You're here for a reason, because something I said resonated with you, because you're at a point in your life where you're ready to take action, but it will take getting out of your comfort zone and going into the fear to create a great life. That's what I did with London Real, and it's been scary and hard work the whole way, but it's been the most fulfilling thing that I've ever done. And now I've figured out how to take this passion and actually turn it into a business. It took me about 3 or 4 years. I made every mistake in the book, which is why I'm qualified to give you an exact blueprint of how to do it. I've also done this with over 1,000 students, and now every day I get to come to work and do what I love. Just this week, I was hanging out with the U.S. Navy SEAL Jocko Willink on Tuesday. We walked around the HMS Belfast in London, a warship. We rented out an entire battleship because we turned this into a business. On Friday, I had Dr. Joe Dispenza here talking about how to raise your mental energy levels and how to connect with all that you can be. It was absolutely incredible. This weekend, I had a graduation event for my Business Accelerator class, and I had 20 people here at London Real Studios telling me how the Business Accelerator actually changed their life. It was absolutely incredible, but the reason I can do this is because I turned it into a business. And the truth is that now I come home at the end of the day, and I come home a happy person. And so my wife Mariana and my 2 boys and my stepdaughter, they see a guy that looks more like this as opposed to the lonely, drunk, sad ex-banker that I used to be, because I know this stuff works. And so that's what it's really about. And before we get started tonight and I show you how to stack that paper, how to really count those Benjamins, first, let's visualize the future. Now, bear with me. I am from California. I can get a little crunchy sometimes, but I really believe that visualizing is how we get there. So do me a favor and close your eyes. Yes, I'm talking about you. I can see you out there in your room. You think I can't, but I can. Close your eyes, and I want you to visualize your future, April 16th, 2019, and you can see that you've got a business built around your passion. You wake up every morning, you're actually excited to jump out of bed. And what you're doing all day is you're sharing ideas that you love to talk about. You're helping people get through their challenges in your chosen micro-niche and fields, and you're getting emails from people saying, wow, thank you, you actually changed my life. People stop you on the street and say, wow, you're the guy or you're the woman that does this. Wow, it really helped me, it helped my family, it helped my friends. Thank you so much for what you do. You have the income. You've got a 6-figure business where you can quit your job and you can do what you want. Hire that first employee. You can go ahead and travel the world if that's what you choose to do. But it's changed your entire mindset. You've got more energy. Your friends say, wow, I've never seen you so happy. You probably got a fitness routine because you've got the extra time, and you're now living your life to its full potential. That is what the future holds if you're willing to pay attention tonight and take action, right? It looks pretty cool. Now you can open your eyes, but literally it's important for you to see yourself there, and it can be done. And if you trust me and trust the process, I can take you there. And like I said, I've done it with over 1,000 students in so many diverse business models, diverse countries, age groups, education levels. They've all done it by following the process. And so I want to go now and check your responses. If you have come late, make sure you type in what city you're from and your business idea. If you don't know your idea, just brainstorm. And again, tonight I want to answer your questions in real time. That's why I'm here. So let's go to the tapes and let's say hello to Mr. Julian Bales, who is our head of strategy here at London Real. He is always my partner in crime on these Masterclass broadcasts. Mr. Bales, it's another one. Here we go.
Here we are again.
Right. Are you ready? And how is this crowd looking out there?
I'm ready. More importantly, the crowd is ready. They're all fired up, and we've got quite an international crowd here tonight, Mr. Rose.
Really? All right. Well, tell me, who do we got going on here?
We have, let's start right here in London. We have Anders. He says, I'm coming from you at London, Brian. We have Sean in Halifax, Canada.
Okay.
Reginaldo in Londrina, Brazil.
Nice.
Rolf in Greensboro, North Carolina.
All right. What's up, Rolf?
Sebastian in Toronto, Canada.
Toronto. Good. We got lots of people in Canada. Love it.
Lots of South Africans in the house tonight, including Tanyel and Genevieve in Cape Town.
Cape Town. What a beautiful place, man. Excellent.
Manuel in Tijuana, Mexico.
Cool. You know, we got a bunch of people in Mexico City, Manuel. A lot of actual students in Mexico and Mexico City. Tijuana, I mean, that's right from where I grew up in San Diego, so I know that place very well. It's quite an international crowd, huh?
It is, it is. Do you want to hear some business ideas?
Love to hear some business ideas. This is my favorite part.
Okay, Dharma says, I am from Italy. I want to become a spiritual mentor.
Okay, spiritual mentor. Good. I like that, Dharma. Hold that idea, because I'm going to ask you to drill down a little bit further on that in the second part.
Logan from Tallahassee, Florida says, leadership training and people taking control of their work environment to be happier at work.
Cool, I love that. You know, I was with Jocko Willink just 6 days ago, and he is all about leadership. He believes that's the solution to everything in this world, and I'm starting to believe that he's right. His slogan on the bottom of his emails for Echelon Front, his company, says, lead, win. That's his tagline. So I'm a big fan of leadership. I never got it when I was younger, but I think in the workplace it's even more important. And I think you need to lead from behind and lead from the front and lead from down the chain. That's the other thing that people think. They're like, I'm not a boss, I don't need to be a leader. Actually, yes, you do. I love this micro niche. We're going to talk a little bit later about it.
Christopher in Australia says bookkeeping and financial solutions / consultancy.
Good, I love this. You know, bookkeeping doesn't get the love that it needs. And if you can really talk about bookkeeping for a specific sector and talk about the challenges and give people solutions, you've got a business there. When people think bookkeeping, they think, no, I don't want to do that. Give them a quick solution at a reasonable price point and you can really make some serious bank. Tim Ferriss right now advertises QuickBooks on his podcast. They're probably paying $100 grand an episode. So there's obviously money in this business, which I'm going to talk about in section 3 on the market opportunity map, which means that's a good reason you should be there.
I like this one. Eric says, I'm a master chocolatier planning to A, do consultancy, and B, open up a chain of pastry shops.
Good, I like that, and I'm glad that you mentioned the first part as well, because a lot of people think that when I have to start a business, I have to sell physical products. It's actually an amateur or a kind of a schoolboy mistake, because you think, oh, flea market, you think stores on the high street, but you really need to start thinking about your intellectual property. That's where you can really scale to a $100,000 or $1 million business fast. So it's great to have a physical product, but your knowledge of chocolates is what you should sell. So I like the consultancy idea, and later we can talk about how you can even sell some of that intellectual property to the retail customer, and then it gets interesting.
One more?
Yeah, one more. Hit me.
Elliot Dover in St. Louis says his business idea is all about winemaking.
Okay, good. Winemaking's good. It's really general right now. The beautiful thing about winemaking is it's a huge business. And so if you can try to break it down into something specific, maybe a region, maybe a certain vintage of wine or a certain type of grape, I think, and a certain type of end customer. You know, is it men over 50? Is it women over 40? Is it these types of people? We can get something really interesting. And again, intellectual property in winemaking, that is such an untapped market. You can make a ton of money. Most people are totally confused by wine and spend 5 years learning about it. Why not teach them what you know? I love this. I think we have a brewer actually from Mexico, Esteban, in our last class. I don't think we've had a winemaker let. So yeah, I'd love to do that. Good?
Sounds good.
Okay, good. I'll be coming back to all of your answers and questions and giving you some actionable advice here. Put your comments in here and you'll get my free consulting advice. I won't send you the big bill I normally send. All right, so let's do this and let's talk about some ideas first, all right? First of all, there's 3 action points tonight, so pay attention. Like I said, put that phone away. I got my phone here on airplane mode because I respect your time. Put it on airplane mode, shut down the browsers, and really get locked in to what I'm talking about right now. Because yes, it's true, this guy in the pink shirt will change your life tonight, because this is not just about the money, right? Money itself isn't going to change your life. Changing your behavior and putting out value to the world and putting out powerful energy and being the best you, that's what this is about, and that's what I'm going to teach you how to do tonight. And by getting paid for it, you can do it 100% of the time. You know, I checked something recently online, and I found out that a Gallup poll said that 85% of people worldwide hate their job. 85%. And only 15% actually enjoyed or were engaged with the work they do. So tell me, first of all, so I can get to know you better, which one are you? Type hate if you generally hate what you do. Type love if you love what you do, because we can run our own poll. I think it should be about 6-to-1 maybe, or 7-to-1 if my MIT education isn't killing me here. And I would love to know, is it a love or a hate? To be honest, I was a banker for 9 years. Before that, I was the CFO of a .com startup. Before that, I was in banking. I liked it for maybe 2 years. The last 4 years of it, I hated it every day, which is why I quit and started London Real. And it's no way to live your life. And tonight, I want to show you a way to get out of it. So, do you mind? Let's go to the board. I like to think and talk and draw at the same time. So let's talk about how to find your passion and how you can get paid for it. And it starts off with a brainstorming exercise. And this is a time where don't judge yourself and don't worry about what anyone's going to think. Because if I would have told you 7 years ago that I would be broadcasting, traveling the world, making movies, teaching thousands of students in my academies, hanging out with Jocko on a boat in London and filming it, I would have thought you were crazy. But if I had used this process, I probably would have come up with the idea because it was deep inside me. And that's what I want to show you tonight. So let me draw this out and show you what we're going to talk about. Pay attention to these two circles, okay? This top one here is passion. Passion is a very, very important thing, all right? And over here, we have talents. And before we get to that, I want to talk about what are you passionate about? What do you love to do? I want you to go ahead and start typing things here in the chat, anything, but try to come up with 10. And I'll be honest, what am I passionate about? Well, to be honest, I love MMA, right? Just watched the latest UFC. Thug Rose was taking it to Johanna Jędrzejczyk. I love it. I love Conor McGregor's antics. I love seeing what's going to happen next. I'm a purple belt in jiu-jitsu, and I love MMA and all things. So that's something I'm passionate about. I'm also passionate about broadcasting, right? If you haven't seen me, I love going live. I love doing this. I love getting great messages out there. I love teaching as well. Super big fan of teaching. And go ahead and type yours in here right now. What are you passionate about? I also am really passionate about parenting, right? I'm really enjoying learning it, right? Now, some of you have been watching my series lately. You know that I have an Ironman competition in 34 days. It's coming up. And so I've lately become passionate about endurance racing, right? Endurance. Now, someone mentioned earlier leadership. I've actually become very interested in leadership. It took me most of my life to finally find that. But now I'm always curious what makes a good leader. So I'm super passionate about that. What else? Well, I guess fashion to a certain extent. I'm getting a little better at that. So I'm a bit passionate about that. I lately have been passionate about plant-based foods and veganism. And what else? I love teaching, like I said. I love broadcasting. What else strikes my passion? I love London. These are things that I'm super passionate about. And if I found you in the corner of a room, I could talk your ear off for 2 hours. So go ahead and write down all the things that you're passionate about and type them into the chat right now. It's really important to get this stuff out there. Oh, the other thing that I'm passionate about is making videos. When I was a kid, I used to make videos when I was 7 years old. I used to walk around and script drama and all that stuff, and it's really important to put that out. So that's the first exercise. The next, as you can probably guess, is I want you to brainstorm what you're talented at, okay? What are you actually good at? Now, it might be different than what you're passionate about, but what can you actually execute on? Well, to be honest, I'm a pretty good mechanical engineer, right? I went to school for 4 years, one of the best schools in the world called MIT, and I can pretty much design a bridge. I can pretty much design an internal combustion engine if I need to do it. So I'm pretty good at that. I'm also pretty good at finance, right? I can show you how to price a call option and a put option. I can show you how to take a company public. I can analyze all that stuff. I'm actually pretty good at that. What else am I pretty good at? I'm pretty good at training, yeah? Training. I'm getting better at breakdancing. It's another thing I'm good at. What else do people say I'm good at? I'm getting better at public speaking. Talented at? What else am I good at? Parenting, maybe. What else? Breakdancing. Yeah, business. I'd say I'm pretty good at business. Okay? So those are the things that I'm talented. So I want you to go ahead and type those into the chat right now and just brainstorm. If you don't know what you're talented at, what would your friends say you're good at? You've got to have some things that you've gotten recognition for in the past. Now here is where it gets really interesting. Where these two intersect, you're going to find that there were certain things that combined between the passions and the business. And this is what I like to call your opportunity. Now, let's be real. I'm passionate about MMA, but am I talented at MMA? No. I would get my block knocked off. Maybe I could do a jiu-jitsu competition, but when it comes to the striking arts, I wouldn't have much chance in a cage. I don't think I should turn that into my business. What else? When it comes to breakdancing, you know what? I'm somewhat talented at it, but I don't have the passion to take that to the next level. So there's things in here where they just don't overlap. But there's parts in here that they do overlap. Video, I'm quite passionate at, and I have quite a talent for it. Business, I'm quite passionate, and I have quite a talent for. And you're going to find places where those two intersect. That is where your opportunity exists. This is where your business lies. It's not the answer yet, because I'm going to show you shortly, but it's that overlap which you're going to explore right now and find out what is the business going to be. And again, like I said here, you know, I could really enjoy, I could have a passion for endurance, but the truth is I'm not talented at it. I could never go be a professional Ironman. So you really want to know where this intersects. For me, it's broadcasting, it's business, and it's teaching. I'm passionate, which means I can do it all night long, and it's also talented, which means I'm effective at it. This is the most important place to start. Most people just get a degree in engineering, and they go do that for the rest of their life, and there's no passion, and that's why it dies out. Some people are super passionate about something, but they have no talent and no one cares. And so that's what we have. So hopefully now you've identified a few things that overlap for you. And this is the special part now. Because what we're going to do is this. We're going to use this piece of metal and glass in your pocket. Now this thing probably doesn't scare you right now, and I don't want it to. But the most excellent way to test this opportunity is to do a vlog. Now, what's a vlog? It's a very simple 1-minute video where you turn your camera on and you say, hi, my name is Brian Rose. I'll do one right now as we speak. So I got my video on right here. I'll switch it to portrait mode. Here we are. And I'm going to go like this. Hey, my name is Brian Rose. I'm really passionate about broadcasting people's ideas. I love getting people on like Ido Portal and Dorian Yates and Dan Pena and talking about movement and success and all sorts of things about what it's like to retire from bodybuilding. Let me know what you think, and if you want to hear more ideas from me about broadcasting, my name is Brian Rose. I'll be looking at the comments below. Bam! That's a perfect example of a vlog. And so what I want you to do is come up with 10 ideas that you can vlog about in your opportunity section. Now, if you're passionate and if you're talented, I want you to just openly talk about these things. And that is the way that we are actually going to see if anyone cares. And in section 2, we're going to come back with some of those titles, and I want to go ahead and give you some feedback and show you how to use them. So before we get into that, I want you to tell me what would be the names of the vlogs that you're going to do. So talk about something that overlapped here in your opportunity, and talk about what you would do. It might be, oh, I love MMA and I'm talented at it. Let me tell you what I think about Conor McGregor. It could be teaching. It could be leadership. It could be wine. Talk to me about the titles of those first 3 vlogs. Type them in the chat, and I'm going to come and give you feedback now. This is a way we're going to find out if anyone in the market cares about your ideas. This is the crucial factor that no one tests. We're going to show you how to test it tonight, and then I'm going to show you how to take it to the next level. And while we're here, I want to share with you the success of one of my students. And his name is John McMahon, and he graduated from my Business Accelerator less than a year ago. And he came into the course. He found out the same exact way what his passions were, what his talents were. He did these vlogs, and the market came back and told him that he needed to talk about type 2 diabetes. John's in his 50s. He was losing the feeling in one foot, and he ended up creating a business that's just generated $1.6 million in sales in the last 5 months. Here is John's story.
My name's John. 60 days ago, I was morbidly obese at 312 pounds and virtually on my deathbed with diabetes and its crippling complications.
Hero's journey, right?
Yeah.
It goes back to your core.
Next, you'll see what inspired me to radically change my life.
We have something that we need to contribute to the world, and it's almost a moral responsibility that we have to wake that up and polish that. And I was getting stuck in my head most of the time. I didn't have, it wasn't an outlet. Doing those video logs and getting feedback from somebody in West Bengal, you know, Himalayas, going up to Darjeeling, and, you know, sending me a Skype message and say, John, man, that really, you really touched me. You really inspired me with that. And going, you know, just the humility of it. You can figure out, you can educate yourself for free on the internet. What you can't do is connect with a community. And you can't be successful alone.
And so that's the story of John. He is an incredible student that we had here inside the accelerator. And again, he used to be in the telco business, but he had really lost his passion for that. But once he came in and did this simple exercise and then put those videos out there, he found that people actually really wanted to learn from a man in that actual situation, one that was suffering from the disease. And now John has an incredible product. He's like, Brian, this year I'm going to do a lot more than 1.6 million. He's on the next level, all because he did this exercise and he put those vlogs out into the market. And so finally, what I want you to do is tell me, what would be the title of your first 3 vlogs? And again, you're doing a video and you're just talking about something that you're both passionate and talented in. It's that simple and it's that complicated. So I want to go to the tapes now and just see what people are saying as far as what they want to talk about in their niche. I'm guessing that the wine person had something kind of in their field, and some of these people have ideas that they want to talk about.
Sure. We've got Soren says, the problem with reductionism.
Okay, cool. I'd love to know a bit more specifics, but okay, that sounds interesting.
Carl, this one sounds very popular. The perfect morning routine.
Good, the perfect morning routine. So this is great. And again, when you're going to start talking about these things, people are going to see that you're passionate. They're going to see that you're knowledgeable, and then you'll find out if they want to learn that stuff from you. Because you could be the wrong person, but they'll know right away through the power of video whether they want to go to business with you, whether they want to buy things from you.
Eric, who's our chocolatier, says chocolate showpieces for competitions and how they're judged.
Interesting. Okay, cool. So that's more of a professional model, but now you're teaching the professionals how to win competitions, and those prizes can probably help their businesses. So that's really interesting. That could get great search on the internet, and also people will know right away, or you'll know right away, if they are feeling learning from you in that IP. If they're not, we move on to the next vlog topic.
Yash talking about something very topical, the impact of AI.
Of AI, yeah, that's fascinating. So that's a really interesting business, and again, it's a great way to get your ideas out there, and you'll find right away if that resonates with the market. Maybe you're the right guy to talk about AI, maybe you're not. But if they respond, and you're talented and you're passionate, this is your idea.
Ishan says he wants to teach people to trade.
Okay, good. Trading's good, and we'll get into a little more specificity later because we'd be trading what, but I like that. Teach them how to trade. Teach them all the aspects, the stop loss, whether they're going to do currencies or cryptocurrency or all of that stuff, so good.
And who do we have here? We have Music is Energy by Prince Amu.
Is energy. Okay, good. So these are great vlog titles. And again, what we're trying to do here is use the missing element, which is most people don't test the market. It's a lot like starting a restaurant without even seeing if there's any customers. And we've all heard that story of a friend that built the Chinese restaurant on the corner of this thing, and they opened the doors and no one came. This is a way of bulletproofing the idea before you invest time, money, and energy. And you wait for the right vlog that ends up getting 500 views, that ends up getting shared 20 times. And then you know you have something that resonates with the market and you're talented in, and also you have the passion for. Good. I'm going to get into part number 2 because that was a great start. And again, this stuff can change over time, but you're already starting to see that you need the passion and you need the talent. Now let's talk about business, and let's talk about something because, you know, we also need to consider the market. Most people don't forget, or they forget that your revenue has to come from people that are going to pay you money for your ideas. And I always remember this great quote from Peter Drucker, who says, the purpose of a business is to create a customer. Let me say that again. The purpose of a business is to create a customer. Write that down for me because I think it's really crucial. A lot of people sometimes think that a business is to pay them, but the business exists for one reason, to create a customer. In order to create a customer, you have to do something for them and solve a challenge for them. And so that's really what we want to talk about here, and that's why we went ahead with this vlog challenge. So let's go back to the board here, and let me show you a little bit more about what I'm talking about. So we've got your passion, we've got your talent, and now we've taken this final circle called the market. Now the market has all of your customers here from around the world, right? They're all sorts of the places, they're in everywhere. And you went ahead and did your 10 vlogs, all sorts of different ideas. This wine, I talked about leadership, I talked about spirituality, I did all of these things. And you did 1 vlog, 2 vlogs, 3 vlogs, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What you'll find is that 3 of those vlogs here resonated with the market. And so if you see here, we've got the intersection of these three different areas, and I like to call this the golden triangle. And this is where you know you have something that's very, very special, because not all of your vlogs are going to resonate. The truth is, you're going to love one idea, you're going to think it's the best ever, and everyone's going to say they don't care. It's just natural. There's going to be something about you that connects with people on a certain idea. And so you're going to find that about 3 of those vlogs really make a powerful impact, and this is the place where you know you have a business idea. And again, I call this the golden triangle, and that's really what we want to focus on. So if you were the wine merchant, you might have talked about rosé wines and white wines and vintage wines and French wines and South African wines. And at one point you'll be saying, well, if you want to wine make in California, but you want to make them like the old world wines, all of a sudden people are like, yes, that's what I want. That is the business idea that I want you to focus on. And again, we call that our golden triangle, and that's where things are really going to happen for you. And so I want you now to think about that concept of the golden triangle. And while we're here, I want to talk about some of the case studies of my students who did this. Now, the first one is Mark McCloskey, and he joined our course about 6 months ago. And he was actually in a property and retail business in Northern Ireland, but he wasn't happy doing that. So he came into the course, and he actually did this very same exercise. He put down his passions, he put down his talents, he wanted to help people, he wanted to do some life coaching, but he didn't know the exact part to do. And so he started doing vlog number 1, vlog number 2, vlog number 3. He did one vlog called Unleash Your Potential, and it just blew up. And that was the idea that he focused on during our course. And so he worked on it, we worked on it with him, and by week 6 he went live with his own webinar, and he ended up selling a 1-day course, a 3-day course, and a digital course to his customers. He ended the course with $4,124. You can see his interview on YouTube as well, and he was like, Brian, this process is the thing that absolutely blew me away. Once I incorporated the market and put my ideas out there, that's when everything made sense. The problem is most people don't want to pick up this device and put their ideas out there to the market. Put them on YouTube, put them on Facebook, but it's the only way you can get assured feedback that there will be someone there to actually pay money for your ideas. Another example I like to talk about is Susan Gunner. Now, Susan is a single mother of 2. She's originally from Turkey and she lived in London, and she had no idea what to do with business. She was never good with money, and she came to our course and she just really didn't even know what to do with this. But she had a passion for helping people. She has a real talent for listening to people's ideas. And once she started vlogging, we found exactly where her golden triangle was. And the truth is that she found that when she talked about childhood trauma, that's when people started resonating with her story of her own trauma. During the course, she decided to launch her company called Warrior of Love that went through and diagnosed childhood trauma, and she created a digital product that came up with solutions. By the end of the 8-week course, she had made $3,900. Susan now has a thriving business, and she's actually been asked to come back and is one of my team leaders inside the Business Accelerator. And the final example I want to talk to you about is Paletta Calm Quality. Now, Paletta is a mover and a yogi and a dancer, and you would have seen her on very famous Nike commercials. She teaches here in London, but she never knew how to actually make a business out of all of this fame, these huge social media profiles. And so she went through the course and she identified her passions and her talents, and once she started vlogging about these things, putting those ideas out there on video, she started getting feedback from people, and they said, yeah, actually, I really like the meditation. I really like the movement practice. I really like these specific skills. And she came back and created her program called Slay with Essence. And it's a 6-part program that took all of the people from her social media profiles and created a digital product that she was paid for. And she sold 38 of those courses in the first 8 weeks of the program, launched her business. And so now every time she appears on a Nike campaign or some other famous piece, those people go filtered back to her website, and she makes money by making them her customers. And so this is the essence of this 3-circled strategy. And I want you now to try to just think to yourself, what is the idea I want to go ahead with my market? Now, you won't know for sure until you go ahead and put those vlogs out. And inside the private Facebook group, we've been doing the 10 vlog in 10-day challenge. Of course, we do that inside our accelerator course as well. But I want you to go ahead and tell me what you think will be the very specific idea that you want that's going to be in your golden circle. You teaching people to do this type of thing. And I want you to go ahead and put that in the chat right now. And that is going to be the business idea that we're going to go with you for the purpose of tonight's masterclass. So go ahead and tell me, what is that business idea? I want to give you your feedback. And on the next part, I'll talk about how to really make it specific and talk about your 1,000 true fans. And in the meantime, I want Paletta Calm Quality to tell you a little more about her journey and the Business Accelerator.
My name is Paletta. I'm a movement artist. I'm a choreographer. I'm done with being on the seat, sit back and just watch. I'm ready to do, I'm ready to create. When I discovered the Business Accelerator, I was like, okay, this is what I need to do. I think for me, it was really difficult because I was like, what is my business? It became much more clearer as I started to reach out to my audience to start understand what do they want. And I really feel like, okay, now, you know, I can finally give what I've been building up. I ended up selling 38 courses.
38?
Yeah.
Quite a lot.
The people who go through the same process as you are very, very precious. And you build a connection that you don't necessarily build with someone else. And meeting them in person, yes!
I love the story of Paletta because so many people have amazing profiles. They're doing incredible things in the world, but at the end of the day, they wait for someone else to pay them. By going through this course and creating her own product, now she controls her own income. She is the entrepreneur. She controls her future. And that's what this is all about. It's about taking control of your life, living that passion, and getting paid for it in an intelligent way. But it takes work, and you're going to have to put your ideas out there on video and get the feedback and then have the blueprint to make it happen. But once you do, you'll be one of the few people that get to love what they do. So go ahead and type in what you believe your business idea is. And you know what? Oh, Julian, I'm really curious to hear what people are thinking about this business idea. I mean, it's a lot of information. I think the talent and the passion people get. The vlogging, it's a really important part. Now, we don't have time to vlog tonight and get the results, but I'm asking people to kind of take a guess at what that business idea might be.
Michael Nichols got a really good one here. He says, teaching people how to budget, get out of debt, and then build wealth.
Wow, okay, that's really good. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've been in debt in the past. It's one of the most paralyzing things there is, and no one really wants to talk to you about it, except for the credit card companies, of course. And so this is a really interesting niche and an idea. I like it. What I would have you do in the Business Accelerator is I would go more micro, as we say. As in, I would really maybe speak to a very specific type of individual. Maybe someone just out of college and not yet 3 years into their job where they're having a struggle, and maybe you can really speak to the problems that they have, the income they have, the student loans they have, as opposed to speaking to a 50-year-old who's going to have different problems as well. And we'll talk about that in the next section.
Lolita says, coaching people how to live simple and clutter-free lives.
Okay, simple and clutter-free lives. I love it. I like coaching people, and this is a great idea. Again, the vlogs will tell you for sure. But again, I'd love to talk about who is that specific person. Is it people like you? Is it women of a certain age group? Is it people in a certain occupation? We've had people and graduates of our course before that focused on nurses. Nurses is a great demographic because they're usually very well paid. They're women, so you can talk about usually one similar thing. They usually take horrible care of themselves, and they need someone to look after their welfare, their physicality, their money. And so I really like people to be specific on a group, so I like that.
Lyndon says, professional film courses for middle and high school students.
Okay, professional film courses for middle and high school students. Yeah, that sounds really good. Obviously, with YouTube blowing up right now, you want to teach people how to make great quality videos. I like that. You already know video, so you should be able to put out your own vlogs. And the only thing I would do there is go a little bit more specific on the top of that. Are these business videos? Are they movement videos? And then I think you could find a nice niche and your 1,000 true fans, which I'm going to talk about next.
And Yash says, I want to teach people about AI and its use.
Okay, AI and this use. Yash, I really like your AI angle. There's a lot of things going on with that right now. So, you know, it's something that people are really talking about. So we'll go into that later and talk about how to drill down and make that idea even smaller. Good?
Sounds good.
Good. Okay, folks, I want to get to this part 3 because it's really, really important to go with this next idea. You've got your business idea, and it intersects with your passion and your talent in the market. So we already know that it's got a very high chance of proceeding. But the problem is that it's still not time to pull the trigger. We still need to talk to your mom. And of course, I'm not talking about that wonderful woman that brought you onto this earth. Mine is traveling around the world somewhere, or maybe she's in San Diego. But I'm talking about your market opportunity map, the MOM. And this is a piece of London Real technology that I want to share with you that could literally save you $100,000. It could save you a year of your life. But more importantly, I've seen entrepreneurs fail to make businesses because they get exhausted. They do the wrong thing over and over again and they say, business is not for me. That's not true. You just haven't consulted the market opportunity map. So let's jump in and let me draw this for you and show you exactly what I'm talking about. So like I said, we have our business idea, which is crucial. We've tested it on the market and people like it when we talk about this stuff. They feel our vibe. That's why I love video. In 10 seconds of video, you can tell that I love broadcasting. And right away, people can connect with you. You're building customers every single vlog you do. These are the people that'll pay money right away. So it's an amazing way to do that. It's also a way for you to flush your ideas out and get proof of concept. So we've got that done. But now, before we go all in on this idea, we need to consult mom. And let's go blue for mom on this one. And this, of course, is mom, which is the market opportunity map. And it's got an axis like this and like this. All right. Now, up here, we have the online world. And on the bottom axis, we have the offline world. And I'll explain this just shortly. On this axis, we have your own personal network. And on this axis over here, we have the entire market. Okay, now let's talk about what does this all mean, Brian? I didn't go to MIT. I'm not like you. I'm not an engineer. Okay, let me explain. You've just done your 10 vlogs in 10 days. And again, we do this first thing in the Business Accelerator. A lot of you have already done this in the private Facebook group. Those lie right there because that is a tool that you use online. You publish those videos on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, which are online platforms, and you do that in your own network. You're publishing on your own Instagram, your own Facebook, on a YouTube network with people that know you there. So we are testing your ideas in this quadrant of the market, and we've already got a thumbs up. People like it, keep talking to us. Now, a lot of inexperienced entrepreneurs would say, cool, I'm quitting my job, I'm gonna take all my savings and I'm gonna go in on this idea. Wrong, 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 wrong. Don't do that yet, all right? We need to consult the other 3 quadrants of this market opportunity map. First, let's talk about this. Your network, but we need to go offline. This is the big mistake a lot of people make. They stay at home on Google and they try to research everything there. That's not how businesses are created. So what you need to do now is you need to call up and find people in your network that resonate with the idea that you have for your business. So say it's mixed martial arts. I want you to go meet with a mixed martial artist, a gym owner, a promoter, anyone who's a fan of that sport. And I want you to sit down with them in person. I want you to walk them through your business idea and say, hey, I'm thinking about building a website for fans of martial arts who want to watch it and they want to meet up and talk about it, but they don't want to train. That's my idea. And people say, yeah, okay, I think that's good. I don't think that's any good. You do this with real people in your network, offline and in person. This is a big step most people do. If you can, consult people that are in a similar business or business people. And that is how you knock off that sector. If those people are buying into your ideas and they like what you're saying, that's good, but we're only halfway there. It's 2 out of 4. The next sector is over here. It's online, but now we're going into the market. Now, what do I mean by market? I mean people that don't know who you are. It's one thing to have your Facebook friends and your peers and your mentors and your teachers and your parents. It's the other thing to try to sell to people who never met you. And the truth is, if you want to run a successful business, you have to sell to people who don't know who you are. That's the truth of any business. So I want to consult these people. The way we do that first is we go online and we go on Amazon. We go to Google. We go to YouTube. and we research your business idea. I want you to type in exactly what you're doing. I want you to go on Amazon, look at all the top books, look at the comments on those books. Yeah, this is a great topic about wine, but how come no one is doing this? Oh, this book is great, but it didn't teach me how to do this. Go on YouTube. Are there videos of it happening? Are there other people talking about these things? Does someone else already have the idea? Go to Google. Go to Facebook. Are there any Facebook groups? Research this thoroughly in this quadrant of the market opportunity map. If you see traction there, if you see something that looks like a business, you're on the right track, and that's 3 out of 4. Finally, before you pull the trigger on that business, you must explore the final quadrant. Now, this is offline in the market. You're going to find these people by going to seminars, by going to events, by going to conferences. It could be a chocolate convention, right? It could be an AI convention. I want you to go and talk to the people that are there, people you've never met in the market, but people who are offline in your area. And I want you to say, hey, I'm thinking about starting a company that does this. Is that interesting? And right away, if they ask you questions, yeah, tell me, what would it do? What would it do? If they don't want to listen to you and don't want to talk to you, it doesn't work. But if they show interest, that's the final yes for you. And that means you have consulted all 4 areas of the market opportunity map, and now you have my permission to pull the trigger. I would say 9 times out of 10, you will make money with that idea, because you've done the necessary work and research. Most people shoot from the hip. They start an idea and they go with it. Oh, they start an idea. Oh, I love that. Let me do that. Let me go bake chocolates because I love chocolates. No, you have to be talented, have to be passionate. You have to consult the market, and you have to consult the market opportunity map. This is amazing, incredible intellectual property. And again, we've based this on the back of the Google Design Sprint, which is how all great products are created. And so that's what the market opportunity map is all about. You can do all of this for your business in less than a week. And this is what we teach inside the Business Accelerator, and this is part of the things that I actually mentor. And so before we proceed, I want to talk about 2 final things. You might find in this section here that you have competition, and people get scared about competition. Oh no, someone stole my idea. Wrong. Competitors are a great thing. It means that someone out there is already running a business in your sector. It means there's money to be made there. So if you see a competitor, that means you should probably start a business there, but just make it slightly different. That's the case with competitors. And the final concept I want to talk to you about is this concept I call your 1,000 true fans. 1,000 TF. And that is this. I want you to come up with an idea that's so specialized that you can literally describe to me your 1,000 true fans. This will keep you from having an idea so broad as artificial intelligence, so broad as winemaking, so broad as chocolate. That way you can really get down and talk about those 1,000 true fans. So maybe it's artificial intelligence for Silicon Valley CEOs that are in the app business. That's 1,000 true fans. And if you really tailor your business to solve their problems, you're going to have a win. The biggest mistake people make is they go too general. So right now what I want you to do is take that idea on board and tell me about your 1,000 true fans, as in what very specific could I teach this 1,000 group of people to do in order to be successful. And the reason I get you to focus on 1,000 is this, is if you have a true fan, they will buy your product, they'll buy your book, they'll buy your one-day events, they'll travel out of the way, they'll do everything. They'll probably spend $100 with you over the year. That's $100,000 to start your business. Once you focus on the 1,000, you can open it up, but you must go specific first. So go ahead and describe your 1,000 true fans. Get specific. Tell me, how old are they? What's their job? Where are they located? And what's the specific challenge your business is going to solve for them? It's a crucial, crucial factor. And while you're doing this, I want to share with you a story of Max Keeling. Now, Max was in the banking business, but he hated it just like me. And when he came onto the course, he said, Brian, I got this great software product. It's going to manage people's stock portfolio. And I said, I don't like it, Max. I think it's already been done, and some software company in Silicon Valley is going to beat you. Why don't you try something else? And so he got out this whole process. He got on his phone, and he started talking about investing. And he said, okay, this is how you invest. This is how I invest. He consulted the market opportunity map, and he created a business called the Investment Coach out of it. This is exactly what Max did to make $10,000 within the first 6 months of taking this course.
Like I said, I'd been brainstorming lots of ideas, and the idea was in the new year to start a business and think about what skills I had. So with the London Reel Accelerator coming along, I thought, what can I launch now? And I had this idea that I'd been working on for probably 6 or 7 years in the background around share trading. Yeah, and we had our first call. In a certain way, you said, I don't think that's a business, or I think it can be replicated. And I came off thinking, what? This is a good idea. This is going to work. Really, as you go through the process, you start to realize what it takes to have a business, things like the ecosystem, etc. But those first few weeks, I think my personality or my background, I was kind of thinking I'd rather be in the background of doing things and build an internet business, and you think that you're going to be behind the scenes. And those first few weeks, you've got to be on camera, you've got to give an intro to yourself, and you get to see other people's videos. And then when you do the 10 vlogs in 10 days, I was definitely out of my comfort zone. And so that's a challenge. And it seems such a small thing now when you look back. It's just getting your phone out and filming yourself about anything for 1 or 2 minutes and putting it out there. But so many people struggled with it. Even once we were 4 or 5 weeks in, there was still people that hadn't done their 10 vlogs. And it's funny, but you get over the fear, and actually, because you'd kind of poo-pooed my initial idea, it was actually through doing the vlogs that I started to get a lot of feedback from people, and that started to fuel me thinking about what would be a different business idea. And so if I hadn't have done the videoing, which I probably never would have done on my own, I wouldn't have the concept for the business that I've got now. Which is amazing.
I love telling Max's story because he was absolutely blown away by this experience, and now he literally travels the world and builds this business. But he could have made a mistake and been shut down and gone back to a job that he hated. But he really consulted this process, consulted the market opportunity map, which I talked about recently. And again, you want to consult those 4 quadrants. There's the online part in your network, the offline part in your network, and then of course the online part in the market and the offline part in the market. If you can satisfy those 4 parts and do the intersection of your talent and your passion and the market, 9 times out of 10, you've got an idea that will literally make money within 8 weeks. And I've proven this time and time again inside our accelerator. So now I'd love for you to describe who are your 1,000 true fans. Describe exactly what that person is like, what their challenge is, and how you're going to solve it. Again, be specific and you will win. If you start off too broad, it never works. And Julian, I'd love for people to get this concept. You know, I always tell people the story of Facebook. And people think that, you know, Zuckerberg started with 2 billion customers, but the truth is he started just at Harvard University. And once he perfected the product there, to those 1,000 true fans, then he moved out to Ivy League schools, Princeton and Brown. And only being there for 2 or 3 years, then he opened it up to the public. And so you have to satisfy the 1,000 true fans first. Most people think the more general it is, the more customers. What happens is you end up adding no value to nobody and you die. So what are people saying about this 1,000 true fans concept? It's a little tricky at first, but once you get it, it's like a light bulb.
Yep, so we have Logan says he has 1,000 true fans staring at a clock waiting for 5 p.m. Every day of the week. They are working for the weekend. They are of all ages, but they are working class, hands-on manufacturing workers, assistants, technicians, and they don't enjoy walking to the office every day, and they want to enjoy their occupation a little bit more.
Okay, good. I like that. See, Logan's being very specific here. So now, when he vlogs and blogs and he creates the customers and the content that's going to engage those people, he can literally talk about their specific problems. Those are 1,000 true fans. That's really how you can touch base with them. So he's very right about talking to them. You solve those specific people's challenges, and you've got a business right there.
Kevin says teenagers and young adults whom are in depressive states in need of inspiration so that they can believe in themselves.
Okay, good. So young teenagers in a depressive state, like that's a super important micro niche. And so that's really talking about 1,000 true fans. You might even break it down a little bit more and go by country, Because let's be honest, if you're talking to people in America or in the UK or South Africa or in Brazil, you're going to speak slightly different to those people because they're going to have different challenges. So again, I would go even more micro to that 1,000 True Fans. You might choose boys or girls. You might choose people that are into sports, or maybe they're into writing or something. That way you can target them even better. But again, solve their challenge and you have money. Or as Dan Pena likes to say, change 1 billion people's lives, you make $1 billion. That's what we're talking about.
Elliot, who's our winemaker, says people who love international wines, they're probably in the age group of 40 plus and living in North America.
Okay, good. So international wines, 40 plus, living in North America. I like that. I would go even more. I would go into people who either love winemaking, they have a passion for a specific type of grape, and go even a little bit deeper. That way you can really specifically talk to them. Again, that's why I like to do 1,000 True Fans. Once you make them happy with your business and you sell products, you can open it up. Open it up to other areas, open it up to their demographics, but start really micro and then go bigger after that.
Errol says vegan chefs and cooks.
Okay, good. Vegan chefs and cooks, I like. And again, probably go even more specific than that because there's a lot of us out there these days. So maybe talk about people that specifically want, to do one thing or do the other thing. Are they eating plant-based for performance? Are they eating that way because of ethical reasons? Are they organic? Do they care? Where are they based? What are their age groups? You start talking to that person, you've got a great market. First one that comes to mind is Rich Roll. He's an incredible ultra athlete. He's probably in his 50s now, and so I think by definition he's got an older fan base of people, men probably in their 40s and 50s and 60s who have watched his example. That's a beautiful micro niche to target. You make those 1,000 people happy and then you can open it up to all age groups.
Carly says, people like me who crave the Lebanese culture, finding their roots and wanting to learn about their roots as well.
Yeah, great. Well, look, when you choose Lebanon, you all of a sudden go very micro into the world. So it could be about Lebanese expats living maybe in a specific country like Britain, because those will be a little different than America, and just target them about reconnecting with their country, their food, cultural events. You can teach them about the history. You can offer travel to their events where they get together. Are you kidding me? This already sounds good. So do the vlogs, check the market if they're feeling it, and check the market opportunity map. I like that. I'd probably go all in on that.
Michael Nickel finally here says people who are in their mid-30s, they've got credit cards, mortgage, a car loan. They're looking for that light at the end of the tunnel and they're living month to month.
So look, he's done an amazing job. He's already broken that micro niche down during the call, which is crucial. So now he's really talking about someone specifically, month to month to month. He mentioned car loans. Maybe you want to target someone who's the car loan that's breaking the bank, right? So you can say, when you drove that thing off the lot, you were the proudest person in the world, but now that thing is dragging you down. Let me show you how to get out from under massive car payments. Now, you could really talk to someone in their 30s who are professionals. You could talk to them about downsizing their car. You could work with car dealerships. You could work with finance companies. You could build a whole business around this very specific micro niche that you target. Again, it doesn't have to be sexy. It doesn't have to be organic coffee or a lizard movement. It can be something that just there's a need for, and you can test the market opportunity map, but I like that already.
Sounds good.
Good stuff. And so look, those are the 3 actionable items that I really want you to concentrate on tonight. Because if you can do these things and really brainstorm about your talents, your passions, and the market, get some feedback, and people really want to hear you talk about these things, and go to the market opportunity map. Look out there for competitors. Talk to people in the sector. Go online, go offline, and speak to future customers. You'll know whether you should go all in on this idea. And this is exactly what we teach inside our Business Accelerator. But I asked you earlier why you're here. And the truth is that you're here because you want to make a change in your life. Whatever you've been doing maybe is not working. And they say, again, the definition of insanity is repeating the same thing and expecting a different result. You want to live your passion. So where you can wake up every day and be excited to talk about wine and debts and all of these other things that you know you can make a difference is. I know what that's like because it's fun. I love posting my vlogs. I love teaching this course. I love broadcasting every single day. And so that's what we're here to do. We're here to figure out a way for you to have financial freedom, to no longer have to work a 9-to-5 job that you hate, for you to travel the world if you want, but really to add value to the world and start living your life on point. And you're thinking to yourself, well, how can I do it? Well, Brian, I could go back to business school. I went to the Sloan School of Finance. Then I could spend $50,000 and they could try to teach me how to do business. Or you could go out there and try to find the answers online. You could go try to buy something from someone who you've never seen build a business in front of your eyes, who doesn't necessarily have students that graduate all the time, and you just don't know what they're going to do. Or you could try doing it yourself. There's tons of free information out there. But as I always say, if we acted on all the information we knew, we'd all be billionaires with six-packs. The truth is, there is one very simple solution. And I offer this solution only a couple times a year. And that is the London Real Business Accelerator. And this is something very, very special, folks, because it's the very first online accountability course from launching a business from scratch. And inside, you're going to learn the systems and the strategies and the tactics that I used to build this seven-figure business from scratch. This program is absolutely special because I'm going to be with you every step of the way, and you, along with about 200 other entrepreneurs from around the world, are going to be with you every single step of the way, building a business from nothing until you get cash in the bank, like Mark McCloskey did, like Susan Gunnar did, like Pauletta did, and hundreds of my other students. We're going to show you, if you have no idea, how to find an idea, and I'm going to show you how to launch that business, and I'm going to be with you for 2 hours live, just like this, every single week. That's 16 hours of live calls. I've graduated over 1,000 students. The youngest is 14. The oldest is 85. The 14-year-old Marissa Ingram was here over the weekend. You can watch her video on YouTube. The oldest is Bob Hand, who's a retired American in Brazil, who's teaching retired people how to not give up on life and re-engage. I love these businesses. I've taught them all how to do it because our product has 3 pillars. And those are quite simply strategy, community, and accountability. Now, Brian, what do you mean by that? Well, first, let's talk about strategy. I give you 8 modules, and each module you have lifetime access, you have 3 videos per module, and you have a workbook. Let me break them down for you. In week 1 is module 1. I talk you through how to bulletproof your business idea. We go through tonight's concepts, and yet we go even deeper. I show you the 3 stages to finding the right idea. I show you your 1-minute pitch mastery, and I show you the 3 entrepreneur mindsets that are going to get you through the rest of the course. Next is week 2, finding your micro niche. Here, I show you how to position yourself to win in high potential market niches. I show you how to outsmart your competition, and I show you how to understand the psychology of your customer. The next is week 3, module 3. This is build your high performance website. Yes, folks, we are going to be online in week 3. I'm going to show you how to create a stunning website the easy way. You're going to learn how to craft compelling site copy, and I'm going to show you strategies on how to capture and nurture leads. We're going fast here. Week 4, it's time to create your content. Yes, folks, we're going in and we're going to produce a 3-part video series. I'm going to show you the London Real film techniques that made us successful. Next, I'm going to show you how to install your automated sales machine system so you can make money while you sleep. And finally, I'm going to show you how to craft blogs like a best-selling author, which will bring your customers to you. But we're not done yet. We're halfway through. Week 5, module 5. I'm going to teach you how to kickstart your social media. These days, everybody on the corner thinks they're an expert. Learn from someone with over 1 million followers across 5 different platforms. That's London Real. I'm going to teach you the art of social media, a results-driven approach for your channels. I'm going to show you how to become an online authority in your market. And finally, I'm going to show you the London Real tested strategies for automating your social media. Now it's week 6. Time to create your product. Yes, I'm going to show you how to create something from your brain, and we're going to charge money for it. This is the product success path. I'm going to show you how to define your customer's desired reality. Next, I'm going to give you the step-by-step guidelines on how to produce your knowledge. And finally, I'm going to show you how to design your MVP, a minimum viable product that's used in technology industries, and it's how I built the very original London Real Academy. That is week 6. Week 7, the rubber hits the road, folks. This is where you're going to sell your product. I'm going to show you how to get out there and sell without being salesy. You are going to conduct your very own online webinar. Yes, folks, it'll actually happen. And finally, I'm going to show you how to master the secrets of closing the sales. At this point in the course, you've got money in your bank account. Could be 100, could be 500, could already be $4,000 like Mark McCloskey and Susan Gunnar. And now to wrap it all up, in Module 8, we finish with launching your business. Here, we're going to fit all the pieces into one powerful revenue-generating machine. We're going to identify and track the key metrics for scaling your business. And finally, we're going to create a fail-proof blueprint for your next 12 months. This is really what I'm talking about, folks. This is the structure and the strategy of the London Real Business Accelerator. Again, the course is now open. If you're on right now on this masterclass, there is a link and you can join us. This, again, is available for a very limited time only, and I've only got a limited number of spaces, but there's actually more. The key to this is the community. And the truth is, you won't be alone on this journey. A lot of people out there try to sell you things and say, oh, do it at your own leisure, or good luck with that. We have an online community of 200 people from around the world in diverse businesses, in diverse sectors. Some of them have million-dollar businesses. Some of them have ideas. Some of them have no idea at all. And we are all a community, and we go through this one step at a time. It's like a Navy SEAL unit. And we go through, and we work hard, and we bleed, and we sweat, and we win together. And so I'm giving you a chance to go on and meet friends and partners and future business people from around the world. And what we do is we all aggregate in our very own private Facebook group where we do live calls, we upload videos, we test our business strategies, and we go to the next level. But the final part that makes this different than any experience out there is the accountability. How many times have you wanted to do something and then quit, or procrastinated, or never got around to it? It's probably why you don't have a business now. Well, that no longer happens, because inside the London Real Academy, I hold you accountable. I make sure you do the work, and if you don't do it, I find out why until you actually do it. And because inside the course, we have what I call the triple tier accountability. And this is a system I set up that consists of 16 live video calls where I get to see you and speak to you and talk to you. I have an accountability doc that shows every student's work. If you don't do Module 2, I ask you on the live call why nots, and I make sure you do it until the other students are satisfied. And finally, you have 24/7 support through Facebook, Facebook Messenger, email. My team and I respond to you with any questions you need to get your business across to the next level. And a rough idea how this works, the course starts very soon. May 1st is the first call. On Tuesdays and Sundays, we hold live calls. Tuesday is the keynote call where I introduce the module. You've already watched 3 videos, you've done the workbook, and then you take action that week. On Sunday is the workshop call where I answer questions and follow up and give you specific feedback on what you've done right and what you've done wrong. The first call is May 1st. The course ends June 24th. Graduation is an optional event here in London where you can meet your other colleagues, and that is the 29th of June to the 1st of July. That is the same occasion where John McMahon met his business partner named Michael Skye in the group, and they created a business that just sold $1.6 million in product in less than 12 months. I highly recommend coming to graduation. It's not required, and you do not have to be in London for this course. Matter of fact, I prefer it if you're somewhere else so we can do this online. But don't take my word for it. Here are some of my graduating students.
Whilst I knew that it was kind of on the list of things to do in the given week, there was a message that came out that said, right, you've got 3 hours to do it before a call, otherwise you're in trouble, sort of thing. So yeah, that was just really forced me into it. Big resistance, overcame it, but yeah, I was just like overwhelmed with the really positive response I had from everybody. So really glad I did it, but it was tough.
It was tough, but it was, no, that was really the reason why I signed up for it, because I knew that it was going to be held accountable. Because, as I say, I could have put a podcast out myself, but 8 weeks ago, if I had not done this, I would not have a podcast. Even though I know how to do it, I wouldn't have done it.
You get vulnerable, you talk about real things, you have to overcome resistance, you have to take ownership. So I think that's the biggest lesson I learned. I myself, I am responsible for everything that happens in my life, and I hadn't had that before. And I think that that's a really, really big step forward. So yeah, probably I'm not, or I see challenges or I see fear now as a way to grow.
I honestly recommend this. It's been a great experience. Occasionally it was really tough, to be honest, and like I said, I was tired and I got almost a little bit mad about you sending those messages, resistance and extreme ownership, like, who is this guy telling me this stuff? But You were right, and I'm glad. Maybe it's because I'm an ex-athlete or a player. Sometimes I need a coach to push me further, so it was good for me. It helped me out a lot. Your messages, you're tough, man. Those messages, but they really did help me out.
And the accountability is going to continue, and that's another thing that I love about this. You know, it's not just, right, 2 months, done, see you later. It's like, no. We're going to keep you accountable. You're not just going to do 6, 8 episodes and then let it slide. You know, you're going to keep publishing. You're going to fulfill the vision that you had for this right at the beginning. So that for me is really important.
I never get tired of watching those videos of our students, and there are literally hundreds of those out there. They're on YouTube, they're on Facebook, they're on our web pages if you want to learn more. But tonight, I've actually got some special bonuses because you're here on this masterclass. They apply if you decide to join us while the class is still on. The first one is bonus number 1. It's called Accelerate Your Year. And here is what I'm going to show you how to do from taking that 6-figure business you've built and go into a 7-figure business. And so that's what this bonus is going to teach you. And it's for that advanced level of students. I'm going to show you at the very end of the course how to understand your end-to-end ecosystem. Then I'm going to show you how to optimize your online funnel. And I'm going to show you A/B testing strategies for maximizing your efforts. Again, this is to take your current $100,000 business and take it to the next level up to $1 million+. The next bonus for you tonight is bonus number 2, which is the London Real Library. Here, I'm going to open up the exact how-to tutorials for every step along the way. I'm going to give you word-for-word scripts and templates, and I'm going to give you case studies and extra study materials to help get you to the next level. And finally is our fast action bonus I was promising you early. This is Facebook Ad Mastery. I got to say, we're probably one of the best in the business when it comes to using this platform. And here, I'm going to teach you all about how we exactly master it, where we spend our money and where we don't spend the money. And if you pull the trigger tonight on this webinar, then I will send that to you as well. And so that is the plan of what we're doing here. Tonight, just to recap, this is what you get. If you pull the trigger, you get 8 hours of on-demand video training. You get 2 bonus modules. You get the Facebook Ad Mastery Fast Action bonus. You get lifetime access to all the modules and workbooks. You get 16 hours of live video calls with me and the London Real Business Coaches. You get access to the private Business Accelerator Facebook group. You get 24/7 email and Facebook support during the whole course. Also, you get lifetime access to all modules and workbooks. You get a ticket to graduation here in London, the 29th of June to the 1st of July for our live event. You get to come to the world headquarters. And finally, I give you also a specific personal coach assigned based on your business model. This is what I'm offering you tonight. But what will you create? Well, in the next 8 weeks, you will launch your dream business. You will create the financial freedom. You will get to work from anywhere in the world. You'll control your own hours. And most importantly, folks, you will live your passion. This has knock-on effects in everything in your life. Improves your relationships, your health, your connection with the world. I can't stress this enough. It's more important than all that money, if you're even surprised. And I've got a special bonus tonight, and that's if you pay in full, and I'll talk about courses shortly. I have Dan Pena live at the Ritz. This is a one-day event where I had a billionaire in the room, Dan Pena, and 30 other high-level entrepreneurs from around the world. Dan came in and started blasting. This video alone will motivate you beyond belief. It's got a $2,000 video value. And of course, if you pay in full tonight, you also get a live video kickoff call with me personally before the course starts. And let's talk about the value that we are offering tonight. First of all, we've got the Business Accelerator course. We've got bonus number 1. We've got bonus number 2. We've got the Fast Action bonus, Dan Pena live at the Ritz. We've got the video kickoff call plus 16 hours of live video calls. We've got the 24/7 email support. We've got the lifetime access to the course. And finally, we've got the Business Accelerator graduation ticket. That's a total value of $18,473. Let's talk about the level of investment. This course is worth over $18,000. The personal mentoring is probably worth a lot more than that. The level of investment for this course is $2,997. And of course, there is also a premium program where you get to be on my team and you get your very own interview here at London Real Studios. You get to sit in the leather chair, and that is for $4,997. And I've got a few spaces for the Inner Circle package. This is for people that want my own personal mentoring for 6 months after, and they want to join my group of high-level entrepreneurs. There's people in there that are absolutely incredible. Specialists in cryptocurrency, specialists in masterminding groups, ex-Microsoft employees. Whoa! Oh my gosh, Julian, what is that?
It's the gong.
So that's the gong. That means someone out there pulled the trigger on the course. I'm going to get their name very shortly when I go talk to Mr. Bales. That could be you. This is someone that's decided to change their life tonight. No more excuses. And so those are the packages. The course is $2,997. Premium is $4,997. And of course, Inner Circle into my special group. And we have also a special group of entrepreneurs is $9,997. I know that for some people, that's a high level of investment, and cash flow is tricky. So I've introduced a 12-month payment plan at $297 per month. Of course, if you pay in full, you get the Dan Pena Live at the Ritz, which is an incredible piece of video I will send you tonight, and he can fire you up, and you get the live video kickoff call with me as well. If you pay in full, you also save $367 if you go ahead and do that. And let's talk a little bit about the level of investment. And that's exactly what it is, folks. It's an investment in your future. When I was 18 and I got accepted to MIT, I was super excited until I got the bill. It was $14,000. I barely had $100 to get gas in my '68 Mustang. But I realized that that was an investment in my future. So I found the money to make it happen. I believe everyone can find the money when it's absolutely important to them. I went to the government, I went to my parents and my grandparents, I went to MIT. That investment paid off probably 1,000 times in my life, one of the greatest decisions of my life, and yet I could have stopped because I thought I couldn't afford it. The truth is, I couldn't afford not to. And I'll talk about that recently. Finally, because I believe in this product so much, because I've gone through and seen the graduates of 1,000 people on this course, because I believe in the London Real brand and everything that we teach so highly, I am giving a 60-day money-back guarantee on this course. If you show up to the calls and you do the work and you're still not 100% satisfied, then you can have your money back, because I leave no man or woman left behind. And there's someone who's not getting left behind. I'm going to get names very shortly when I come to the piece there. And so I'm removing all risk. And the reason I do this is because I know one of you is out there watching, and maybe you're in California, or maybe you're in Japan, or Australia, or New Zealand, or that person in Brazil, or North Carolina, and you're thinking, you know what, I'm just not sure. So I'm trying to remove every possible reason. You can basically try this course for free for 60 days, and if you're not satisfied, you can have your money back. That's a free trial. If you're not pulling the trigger now, then you have to look in the mirror and say, well, maybe I'm afraid of success. And if that's the case, now you have to pull that trigger. And so I want to remove all of the barriers to you joining me, because I don't want to leave that one person out that could create the $1 million business or the $100 million business and take their life to the next level. So what happens next? Well, you follow the link, you can fill out the form, and you can buy the course. You'll get an email. You'll be invited into the private Facebook group. You'll get Module 0. You'll start off on your journey. You'll get Dan Pena Live at the Ritz. You'll get my video call, and you'll go right into making this whole thing happen. And so that's what we're doing tonight. You've got the level of investment. You've got the payment plan. You've got all of the modules. You've got the 60-day money-back guarantee. And so now I'd like to answer some of your questions. Again, I'm here. As long as this masterclass is on, you can have those extra bonuses. When that's over, this is over. Lock your spot in tonight no matter what. When I get to those 200 students, this thing is closed. It could happen tonight, could happen in 5 minutes. Make sure you're one of those people to lock this space in. Again, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Julian, are there any questions that people have about the structure, about the program? Again, as you know, we don't do this very often. This is a very specific 8-week course. We go through it together. There's nothing like this out there. When you experience this, it will literally blow you away, but that's why we get those results. $1 million businesses, right? 10 grand in the first 6 months, $4,000 on the course. We know how to teach this stuff.
Yep. We had a question here. What time are those calls on the Tuesday night?
Great question. So 7 o'clock London time is when we do those courses on Tuesday and Sunday night. They're also recorded. and they're uploaded to the Facebook group. So if for some reason you can't be there on the call, you can always watch it there, although I highly encourage you to show up for those 8 weeks. Being there live with me will make all the difference. I'll answer your questions. I'll be talking to you. I'll find out how the work is going, and it'll make all the difference.
Lyndon says, Mr. Rose, what suggestions do you have for teenagers that want to start their own business?
Great question. You know, so I just had 14-year-old Marissa Ingram in the chair. You can check it out on Facebook. We're uploading it to YouTube right now. She came in because she is a stepdaughter. And when she first met her stepfather, she had all sorts of weird feelings. He's not my dad. Why is he telling me what to do? I don't like this whole situation. So she looked at that and created a product and is now selling it to other teenagers in a similar situation who want to understand their emotions. She's making money on that product, and guess what the best part is? Her next product is teaching stepfathers how to deal with young daughters and young stepsons and how to deal with all the emotional trauma. I love it. I already told her I'm going to buy her product. Like I said, we can teach this course to teenagers, to senior citizens, to pretty much anyone who's willing to go to where the fear is and pull the trigger.
Evan says, this is great. I can't wait to join after I get organized.
Yeah, I love this one. Okay, so look, there's a lot of people that have a reason why this isn't the right time. And they always say it's never the right time to have kids. I never have enough money. I never have enough spare time. I've heard it all. I just got a job. I just lost my job. You know, all these things. And so the problem is that they're just reasons for you not to take action. Because when you pull the trigger, you know you're going to go into the fear. And your little lizard brain here likes to keep you protected. That's probably why you're in this situation, where you're not happy with what's going on in your life. I'm here to mentor you, to push you into those fears. I'm here to get you to do the things you don't want to do in order to have that business that's going to change your life. Now, who's been joining us here in these gongs?
So the last one was Elliot Dover.
Elliot Dover, welcome, sir.
Jonathan Field was earlier, and Nicholas Singh.
Cool. Look, all of these guys pulled the trigger. And the truth is that there's always a reason for cash flow, right? Oh, I don't have enough money. I don't have enough time. Like I said, my kid was just born. My kid just left college. I've literally had people say, I just got a job and I just lost my job is a reason not to. There's never a good reason not to take action now. What do they say? The best time to plant a tree is 100 years ago. The second best time is now. And so that's why I've heard this all the time. The truth is that this opportunity won't come around again. I don't know if I'll even be teaching this course and being so personally involved again. Things change. But if you take action, this will be you creating a brand new future. I can't argue and I can't tell you how important this course is for your own development, for creating deeper connection, for adding value to the world, and creating an amazing seven-figure business. The time is now to take action. Deep inside, I think you probably know that.
Alex is saying, what is the success rate for students on the course?
Great question. So most people who buy something online, and that's not really what this is, but usually when they buy something, they get sent a few links and say, oh, take your time, right? We don't do that here. We go through as a unit over 8 weeks. I call roll on the video calls to make sure you show up. I check to see you do the assignments. That's why we have a 96% completion rate. It's pretty much the opposite of the rest of the industry. That's why people make $4,000, $3,000, $5,000 on the course, pay for the course, and have extra money left over, because we really push people through this whole process. And that's why it's what's called an online accountability program, and that's really what we're doing here.
John says he's really close to signing up. He's trying to get his head around this. Is he able to have a conversation with someone here on the team to figure out whether this is a good fit for him?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's always time to have conversation. You can click the link in there, and there's a chat box there where you can talk to it. If you have questions, you can go to hello@londonreal.tv. So we're always happy to answer your questions, of course. You know, just make sure that you're asking the right questions. Because a lot of times I go in there and I ask questions when it's really a reason not to pull the trigger. And I think, look, if you're here on this call, something that I said to you resonated. If you're still here now, something I've said really resonated with you. Sure, there's fear all the time. It's pretty much I can take you all the way to the edge, and at some point you have to trust the process, trust London Real, trust the intellectual property you saw here tonight, and take the step. I guarantee in the next 9 weeks, you could be sitting here in the leather chair and be talking about how this was the greatest decision of your life, but you gotta pull the trigger and make that happen.
A couple of people trying to pay their payments not going through. There is a live chat support there to help troubleshoot that.
Okay, good. And again, if you try to make payment, then I will hold your spot tonight. And there's a live support there as well. We can help troubleshoot it as well. If you're thinking about making payment or you're trying to get the money, just lock in the payment plan. You can upgrade to full pay later. You can upgrade to premium or upgrade to my inner circle group, but hold your spot by at least getting that payment plan in. And if you've tried to pay, I will give you the bonuses tonight until we figure out the payment schedule. Don't panic, but there's a chat box in the bottom right, and we've got customer service people that can help you get through that.
Yeah, a couple of people there saying they don't have the 3,000 right now, but there is that payment plan, right?
Yeah, the point of the payment plan is so people can take action now. The truth is, on this course, there are students that actually pay for the whole course inside the course. I've actually never heard of anything like that out there. So that's the incredible opportunity. With the payment plan of $297, anyone can take action. And the truth is that I don't believe you can't come up with $297 if you realize that this is crucial to your future. You know, I was watching a video the other day of Dan Pena at the castle, and he said, if I put a gun to your kid's head and said, come up with 10 grand, you could do it by tomorrow. And they're like, yes, we could, Dan. And so he's like, it's just about how important it is to you. How much do you value this? Do you see it being crucial to your future? That's why I priced it all the way down to $297. The truth is, I've tried to give this course away for free in the past. And you know what happens? No one engages because there's no investment in us. So the payment is as much for me as it is for you, because that means you show up, you do the work, and you be successful. Without it, people don't take this seriously. So when you invest in yourself, you invest in me, and it's worth my time teaching you, and that's how we get results. And again, for $297, if you're telling me you can't come up with that, I don't believe you. And again, you can always upgrade to premium anytime you want, and you can get the pay in full bonuses, and you can save $367.
Aiden's got a couple questions.
Yeah.
He's saying, can you hold a spot until tomorrow? What if he has 3 ideas? What do you have to say for that, Mr. Rose?
So holding the spot till tomorrow, I don't know. If we sell all these tonight, then I can't hold it for you. If you put the payment plan in, then I can hold it for you. We have PayPal options. We have all those options. Borrow someone's credit card, whatever you got to do. So that's an option. 3 ideas, that's fine, but in the first 2 modules, we're going to narrow that down to 1 solid bulletproof idea. That's what we do here. So keep that in mind. And was there another question? It was just those 2. Yeah. So again, more ideas is the better. Some people say, Brian, I don't have an idea. The truth is, I think 1/3 of our students come in with no idea whatsoever. And once they get in there, we help them find an idea. I kind of like working with a blank slate to a certain extent because it helps us really start from scratch. Whereas some people come in and they say, I want to sell organic coffee, and it's hard to convince them that their idea is off. So we've got the whole process. We've got a whole system. We've got an entire blueprint to walk you through step by step by step by step to get you to the next level.
Sounds good.
Good?
Yep.
I'm going to go to a few questions, and I'm going to come back to you. So let me just talk about a few common objections that I really have about, and I want to walk you through those right now. The first is, I don't have a business idea. And I hear this extremely commonly, all the time really, is that people come in and say, Brian, I don't know, I can't join your course because I don't have an idea. The truth is that you don't need an idea. Between the map of the talent and the passion and the vlogging, between the market opportunity map, we will find something that will work for you. So don't worry about that. If you already have an idea, we'll take it to the next level. If you have $1 million business, we will show you how to take that to the next level as well. I've dealt with all of those people before. The second objection I get is, Brian, I don't have the time. This one always makes me laugh. You know, do you have time to be successful? Do you have time to make $1 million? Do you have time to be happy? These are all good questions. Most people are busy doing stupid things, right? If I get you to just turn off and delete Facebook, I probably give you 10 or 12 hours a week. The truth is that Elon Musk and Richard Branson and Dan Pena all have the same 24 hours in a day, and they are successful. I am asking for 2 to 4 hours per week to get all of this work done. The truth is, it's going into your fears that will be the hard part. The time is not the hard part. And I am here to make you accountable and mentor you to go right into those fears, and that's what this is all about. The third question I get is, Brian, is it worth the investment? It's a lot of money. The truth is, this is a cheap course. With what we're doing here, the personal mentoring, the live calls, the accountability, teaching you how to sell, giving you a network of individuals you will have for life, lifetime access to the modules, this is worth $30,000 at least. I had Katrina Barry in here on Saturday, and she said, you're right, Brian, this course is worth $30,000. And I'm like, yeah, I know it is, but I'm trying to price it so low so we can touch as many lives as possible. So this is a sick investment. John McMahon, who's that?
It's Carlos.
Carlos, welcome to the party. You pulled the trigger, no more excuses like I don't have the time and I don't have the money and I don't want to be successful. Look, At some point, you have to take a big deep breath and trust the process and pull the trigger. And Carlos, you just did it. And so let's talk about the investment. John McMahon bought the premium package 12 months ago. He was on my team. He had an interview here at London Real Studios. You can see it online. He created a business that just did 1.6 million in sales. Was that worth the investment for him? I mean, he made what, 200, 300 times his money. You have to think, will you be in that same situation? There's no reason you can't. So honestly, this is probably too important to pass up, so it's easily worth that. Other people say, Brian, I don't live in London. The truth is you don't have to live in London. And I'd rather you live in some other city. The greatness of this course is the diversity. People all over the world doing all sorts of different things. We bring them together. You have a network. You have experts on all continents. And we come together for the London graduation that's optional. You can fly in, have your interview here at London Real Studios, network with a group of people that are literally going to be your partners and investors. John McMahon met Michael Sky that weekend, and they created this incredible business called iThrive. I've literally seen money being made right in front of my eyes when people come together. I prefer you're not in London. And finally, someone always asks, Brian, who would want to buy from me? Who would want to buy a product from me? And that's the mentality you have that I want to get you out of. That's the mentality that got you with me right now on this call, because you're not thinking big enough. You're not living in abundance. You don't have a positive mindset. And the truth is this. They say you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Well, who are you hanging out with? Seriously, your friends and your family, do they want you to win? Are they millionaire business owners? Are they highly successful broadcasters? Do they hang out with the most influential people in the world? Do they make $4,000 in a matter of weeks? No, they don't. I'm offering you a new peer group that's going to change your game, just like that person who pulled the trigger. Who was that?
Joshua Carrick.
Joshua Carrick, you pulled the trigger. There's so many people on this call right now that are sitting there and thinking, oh, it's not the right time, Brian, next year, or I have kids, or look, there's excuses everywhere. I always could have come up with an excuse not to start London Real. I'm no good on camera. I don't know how to do video. I don't know anything about podcasting. True, but I pulled the trigger anyways. And so just to finish on that last point, a lot of people have the wrong mentality, and I'm here to empower you, and I'm going to give you a peer group that you have for life. And a lot of people have said this, Julian, and it's true, actually. Look, London Real is amazing. I'm incredible. This course is incredible. But the network of people alone is worth the $3,000 easily. That network alone. These people are the most positive, are the most capable, are the most accomplished people in your life. They will become like friends and family over the course of the next 8 weeks. What we offer is very, very special here, and that's really what I want to impress on you. But don't take it from me. Here's a few more of my students and what they think of the Business Accelerator.
Like I was a mess, falling apart. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I pulled the trigger and signed up. I had to.
This course has just changed everything for me.
Who knows what life will look like in a year from now for each of us?
All right, London Reelers, welcome to London. Let me hear some roar here. Tonight, I'm pumped. We got the Midnight Run folks with us. We got glow sticks, we got music.
This is the first time we've ever seen each other in 3D. The first live call, and I saw all these people. It was so inspiring.
I loved being able to connect with people all over the world.
They're my family. They have become my family. We're all extensions of each other.
Everybody's helping each other. Everybody's holding each other accountable. You can do so much more than you ever thought.
Just now, like, my team asked me, how do you feel? And I said, I feel home. This is home for me.
What's beautiful about this process is if I'd had a way out, I'd have got out. But I couldn't let that lot down. I couldn't let my team down.
Do not stop, because this is just the beginning right now.
Please stay vulnerable. When you hit rock bottom, reach out. You have all the support you need. Thank you.
So I just want you to congratulate yourselves for all the hard work you put in, for making it to London, for connecting with everyone here. And those are just some more satisfied customers. These people have gone on with the knowledge that we teach and gone to create hugely successful businesses. Again, I don't teach tactics. I teach strategies that you can use the rest of your life. Someone else is pulling the trigger. Who's that?
Eno Cabele.
Eno Cabele, welcome to the party and welcome to the club of successful people. And so we teach strategies in here. I teach you how to build a business, and you can go build 10 businesses on what we did. And so these are the people that you see here, but these people have pulled the trigger. And that's the difference between what I call a tourist, and I don't know which one you are, and someone who actually takes action and pulls the trigger. The difference between those two people, it's not obvious. They look the same, they have the same amount of money, they have the same amount of time, they have the same amount of personal commitments, they have the same lack of business knowledge. But it's one type of person that is sick and tired of being that same person that's sick and tired. They know me, they know London Real, they've seen something tonight that's special, they like our energy, they know that we deliver. And they've said, you know what? I'm pulling the trigger on this because that's the only way my life is going to change. And I'm telling you, getting inside the London Real Academy will change your life. At the end of the course, I say, welcome to the family, because that's what it is. It's a group of people that not only want you to be successful, they expect you to be successful. They expect you to step up your game, get the revenue, and change the world in a positive way. We're not victims here. We don't sit around and let things be done to us. We go out there and we take charge. That's what the Business Accelerator is really all about. And I'd love to get a few more of your questions here, and then hopefully we can have a chat a little bit later. So if we could get some questions here. And Julian, what are people saying?
We have Luke here. He's asking how many live calls are there a week and which days are they on?
So the live calls are on Tuesday and Sunday. They are 7 o'clock London time for an hour. We use something called the Zoom software that maybe we can actually show you later. It's an amazing program where you can actually look and talk to people at the same time. So that's what we use. We record those calls and upload them on the private Facebook group. Again, this private Facebook group is not like Facebook. We don't post pictures of puppies and inspirational quotes and what we ate for breakfast. We post videos of us closing, selling products, creating customers, building websites. That's what we do in there. We post videos about struggles, about wins. That person's going to be in the Facebook group. Who is that?
That is Eric, and he paid in full, so we'll get those bonuses as well.
Awesome, Eric. You're going to get Dan paying you live at the Ritz in your mailbox tonight. It's 6 hours. I'm telling you, when you watch that thing, you will be so fired up to make that first $1 million. It's not even funny. There was a billionaire in the house. You're going to get that, and you get the bonus kickoff call with me as well. So we'll schedule that up. It's not this Monday. It's the Monday after, and we'll get you all ready to crush this business. And so, was there a question? I forgot the question. I got taken off guard.
The live calls.
Oh, the live calls. So it's Tuesday and Sunday. Again, the private Facebook group is unlike any other. We open up, we upload videos, we make things happen in there. You've got the modules. I do 3 videos for each module. You've got a workbook that you fill out. There's an accountability doc. I'm looking for videos and vlogs. We're building websites. We're creating products. And then we run your very own webinar where you get money in your bank accounts on week 6. I mean, this is game-changing stuff. Someone else has changed the game.
Kathy Garner.
Kathy Garner pulling the trigger. And I'm telling you, the funny thing is, Julian, the difference between Kathy and a bunch of other people watching is that she just said, you know what, Brian, I'm in. I'm going to go for it. You know, I'm going to just trust the process. And that's the truth. I can only get you so far. I can tell you everything we're going to do. I can give you this 60-day money-back guarantee, which means there's no financial risk. I can give you a payment plan, right? And yet you still need to take the step over. They say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And this is up to you. And you have to look yourself in the mirror and say, why am I not taking this course, right? We do this a couple times a year. You've got my personal mentoring. You've got a class of incredible people. If you haven't pulled the trigger now, then what are you doing? Are you trying to defeat yourself in life? Are you afraid of success, afraid of failure? Trust me, if you're these things, more people going. Who's that?
Kim Goodfellow in New Zealand.
Kim Goodfellow in New Zealand. We got a huge bunch of people in Kiwis and Aussies as well. So great to have you here. Kim pulled the trigger, and she's going to be on this call at 3 a.m. That's how committed she is. We have tons of people that stay up because they know it's time for a change. And so the difference between Kim and these other people is that they've decided that enough is enough. And they recognize this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And with the money-back guarantee, why not try it? Why not come in that first call and see, what is it really like? Is Brian really like this every twice a week? Yes, I am. On Sunday, I give the call from my home where my children sleep because that's how dedicated I am to get you across the goal line. We work 24/7 around here, and I'm going to show you how I do that. I'm going to be intimately involved in your business and building it. That's why this course is worth 30 grand. This is a highly discounted price. You can pull the trigger with the payment plan. You can get the pay in full bonuses. But I'm telling you, this is the time not to be a tourist. There's decisions in your life where you can kind of fudge. One job or the next job. Okay, fine. One girlfriend and one girlfriend. One boyfriend, whatever. I moved to this city, moved to this city. Who cares? This is the one where I decided to go on the Business Accelerator or I didn't. And they say, what do they say? The worst thing in life, or the greatest fear, is meeting the person you could have been on the day you die. And you're about to die and you look at this person and you're like, wow, what an amazing, successful life you had. You met incredible people. You traveled the world. You made millions of dollars. You designed your future. And I just sat in the horrible job doubting myself and being weak and playing small and being lame my whole life. It's like this is one of those forks in the road that you can take, one or the other. The pay price to action is you pulling the trigger now. It's just that simple.
We have a good question here from Marcus. Says, can I pay without credit card or PayPal? Debit card works, right?
Debit card works and Bitcoin works as well. So we've got payment options for all of that. What you do need to do is lock your spot in tonight, because as soon as we hit the 200, and there are people buying all the time from email and other things as well, then this thing is closed. So get your spot in, lock it in. This thing usually fills up within 48 hours, 24 hours, sometimes even on the call. So get it in now. Bitcoin, PayPal, debit card, credit card, you name it, we do it.
Tiesja says, can I combine this with my job until I make enough money from it, or is it a full-time endeavor?
Yeah, look, this is about 2 to 4 hours per week. This is something you can do while you have a full-time job. You can be a full-time student. That's what this course is designed. It's designed to be a small amount of time. It is designed to get you to go into your fears. You can make that extra income on the side when you got your 1,000 true fans paying you $100 a year. Bam, that's $100,000. With that income, you should be able to quit your job, go full-time, and maybe even hire a virtual assistant or your first employee, and that's how we get to the next level. So yes, I do not encourage you to quit your job and take this course. You don't need to. I've had single mother with 3 kids and a full-time job take this course and crush it. And I've got tons of examples. It's about going into the fear with a mentor and a process that will show you exactly how to do that. It's about accountability. It's about strategy. It's about community. I'm telling you, once you see this, it's incredible. The people that take the Business Accelerator end up taking all the rest of our courses because we transform their lives.
Carrie has been trying to get that payment to go through. Full pay is in.
Full pay, Carrie, bam, you're in. So congratulations. Again, if you're having payment problems, just stick with the chat and we'll figure this out. Carrie, like I said, you're about to get 6 hours of Dan Pena live at the Ritz. If you don't know, Dan Pena is the $50 billion man. He has a castle in Scotland. He's a high-performance coach. About a year ago, he put me on his wall of fame. My picture's right next to a guy that made $29 billion in healthcare in America, and he put me up there because he saw what I did with London Real. He saw me take it from zero everything, subscribers, viewers, revenues, and took it into this multi-million-dollar business with a reach of 100 million people around the world. And that's what this is all about. It's all about becoming a high-performance person, and that's why I want to share with you 6 hours of Dan Pena at the Ritz here in London. He's going to fire you up to where you will not accept no for an answer. You will give no excuses, no slack. Like Jocko Willink, you'll be up in the morning every single day working on your business. You also get the kickoff live video call with me where I'm going to give you advice on your idea before the course gets started. That's all with the pay in full. But of course, you get everything, even with the payment option. Premium means you're on my team. You get my personal email and chat, and you get an interview here at London Real Studios at headquarters on graduation weekend. I just did 20 of those this weekend. Absolutely incredible, the lives we changed. And then, of course, there's the Inner Circle package for $9,997, and that is 6 months of personal mentoring after the course is over, where a lot of people really need it then. And I introduce you to my small group of 7-figure entrepreneurs from around the world in specialties from around the world. One of my guys is doing an ICO, an initial coin offering. He's actually giving a masterclass to the whole group on crypto. I mean, this is next level stuff. I've got ex-Microsoft executives in there. I've got people with multi-million-dollar online businesses. I mean, we have incredible people in there. So that's the kind of network you're tapping into. And of course, the graduation event is free in London. And yeah, it's a game changer. Other questions?
Ilona says, I'm a non-native English speaker. Is it possible to have success with this course?
Great question. You know, I believe that people who are non-native English speakers, they discount how valuable their accent is. And I always, say right away, look at people like Arianna Huffington, right? The Huffington Post sold that for $100 and some million. Look at Arnold Schwarzenegger. Look at all of these people who use their accent as an asset. It is them. And the truth is it really can be yours if you embrace it. And I remember Arianna Huffington said she tried to do voice lessons and her husband said, why? That's what we like about you is your accent. So don't get rid of it. English as a second language can be a wonderful thing. It can give you gravitas and it can always work. We've dealt with tons of, at least 100 students that did business in a language different than their own, and it's been successful every time. Again, this is just procrastination in disguise. And let me just speak on procrastination a little bit here. Research is procrastination in disguise. A lot of you probably came to this masterclass to learn more about business, right? How long have you been doing that for? A year? 2 years? How long have you had your business idea for? 3 years? 4 years? Why haven't you pulled the trigger? Another podcast, another book, another masterclass isn't going to do it, folks. That's just procrastination. All of these things you stick in front of yourself. Oh, English isn't my good language. I'm not good at business. I'm not good at math. Blah, blah, blah. That's a victim mentality. By pulling the trigger here, we're going to exercise that like some demon. We're going to come down and it's going to leave your body. And you're going to no longer have excuses. You're going to no longer be weak. You're going to no longer be a victim. And you're going to no longer have a bad relationship with money and be broke all the time. This is about really turning you into a high-performance person. This is what I'm going to do, but you have to take the leap. You have to pull up the big boy pants and big girl pants and pull the trigger and make it happen, because that's the only way. And this is really a pivotal juncture in your life right now. It's like one way or the other. And again, a special opportunity. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be personally involved in teaching this course. Who's that?
Tamar Lopez.
Tamar Lopez pulled the trigger. Again, there's lots of people watching me right now. And some are right there and they got their credit card out. And some are just like, oh, I'll do it next year when I have more blah, 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 blah. Some people are like, you know what, Brian? Enough is enough. I know this. I trust you. I trust the brand. I've seen the testimonials, and I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of being broken and in debt and going to work and hating this and hating the boss and hating my life. Now is the time to pull the trigger and take action. Don't be a tourist. A tourist is someone who comes in and looks at everything and decides to go back to their old way of life. Don't be that person doing that. Who's that?
Ishmael.
Ishmael. Very good. Pulling the trigger on that. Other questions that I can help people out on? Or do I want to tell them a few other things about what's going on inside the masterclass?
Go for it.
Yeah, okay, good. So the truth is that with all of those questions, I think I've pretty much broken down what's happening on the Business Accelerator. All of the things I learned over the past 7 years were really painful. I looked in front of a mirror multiple times and said, Brian, you got to quit. I looked in the mirror so many times and said, how are you going to turn your passion into a business? I was alone. I was trying to make London Real work, and I couldn't make it happen. And then I finally took action. I created a product. I started selling. I got a better relationship with money, and I turned my fans into customers. I did everything wrong. I did social media wrong. I did video wrong. I did the academy wrong. I did products wrong, but then I did everything right. And I figured out the exact blueprint of how you can take something you're passionate about and turn it into a real business with revenues. You've watched me do it over the past 7 years. Go back to my early videos. I'm living proof of it. It's why Dan Pena put me on his wall of fame with billionaires. I can teach this, and I do it, and I've done it for over 1,000 people. You're here tonight because you want to change. You want to change in your life. You want to start doing something you're passionate about every day. You want to turn it into a business. You want to learn how to create the revenues. This is really intellectual property. It's knowledge that you just don't have right now. Who's that? Sean pulled the trigger. Sean, you just made it happen. So many people out there are on the sidelines and you did it. I love it. I can't wait to invest in you. But so many people just don't know how to go forward. I meet people in the streets all the time and they're like, Brian, blah, blah, blah. I want to learn how to take this to the next level. And I'm like, actually, it's really simple. But you got to pull the trigger and come into the accelerator. I can't tell you on the sidewalk. There's a process. You need to be accountable. You have to invest in the product so you show up. And that's why I put these barriers. And that's why I spend time on the 200 people. They're going to go through this course like a fighting unit. And that's exactly what we do. We go in there and we take names and we create a business that creates revenue. And once you have that, your life will absolutely change. I'm the happiest I've been. I'm the most connected. I have more fun now than I ever did. This is really about the embodiment of that, and that's what we teach. There's nothing like that out there. This is an online accountability course that delivers results. It takes your passion into a revenue-generating business. You'll be blown away when you collect those first $50, $100, $1,000 worth of sales based on things that you just thought up in your head. It's actually a transformational experience, and it's why I love teaching. I love broadcasting, but I love seeing you get across the goal line. I tell all my students in the first call, I've got one job, and that's to give you $1 million business. If you do everything I say, if you do the hard work and you go into the fear, you can have it, and that's what we do all together as a team. And so I want to close with this thought. Whoa, who's that?
Jonathan Hunter, Premium.
Jonathan Hunter, Premium, you're on my team. Welcome to the party. You're going to get my chat, my personal Facebook. Of course, we'll have the live kickoff call with you, and I'll give you Dan Pena as well. And so look, these are the people that are literally changing their lives. And again, crossroads happen, and 2018 could be the year. It's funny, I just thought of, I had a student who I bumped into on the street about 2 weeks ago, and he said, Brian, I was on your Masterclass in 2017 for one of your business accelerators, and I actually remember talking to him. And I said, yeah, you never pulled the trigger. What happened? And he's like, well, it wasn't the right time. And I was like, oh, what happened since? And he said, well, all that passion I had, I kind of lost it. You know, my job got worse. My personal situation got worse. I haven't been to the gym now in 3 months, and now I'm just tired. And I'm like, yeah, well, I don't know what to say, you know. That there was a point in time where you could have made a change, and now you've actually lost it. And so if you're here right now listening to me, it means something's resonating with you. It means you've got a good feeling about this. It means you really need it. Don't let that person with low self-esteem inside of you. Don't let that person who's been losing all the time. Don't let that person who plays small, who just doesn't think they can do it, win. Take charge this time. Pull the trigger, become a high-performance person. Join me on this journey. Let me personally mentor you. Let me show you everything I did. I'm going to give you all of my energy, all of my team leaders' energy. I'm going to open up all of the resources of London Real, the library, the bonuses, the video modules. You have access for life. You can take this course over and over and over again in your life and build different businesses and sell each one as you go along. There are so many resources here. There's so many people in the community, and this is really an incredible opportunity to pull the trigger. But again, to get the bonuses, you have to do this tonight. Lock your spot in, because when this thing is over, it's over. I remember last time someone came in 3 days after the masterclass and said, no, I got the money now. And I was like, sorry, it's over. And they said, no, I want to go premium. I said, it's closed. So don't be that person that misses the spot. And if there's no other questions, then I'm going to wrap this up. I want to finish with a video that tells you a little bit more about exactly what happens in the Business Accelerator. Again, there's a live chat there if you're having a problem with payment plans, if you have any last-minute questions. But again, don't let the question be the procrastination, because we've all done that. I used to do that. I'd ask a question, and it means I didn't have to take action. So we're here. You've got the money-back guarantee. You've got the payment plan. Let's make this happen. And here's a video telling you a little bit more about what happens inside the Business Accelerator. If you want to get paid to do what you love, then I have something very special for you. Because I'm taking a small group of ambitious London Reelers like you under my wing to help you turn your passion into a profitable business. So you can be financially free, travel the world, and never have to work for anyone ever again. This offer won't be available long, so if you want to build a business that gives you the freedom to live life on your own terms, listen closely. Over the next 2 months, you'll have the chance to learn the step-by-step system I used to turn my passion for learning into a 7-figure media company. But that's not even the exciting part, because we've all bought a book or a course thinking this is going to change my life forever. Then what happens? We don't implement anything. So we stay stuck and feel stupid because we fail to make any progress. Well, I guarantee with 96% certainty that will not happen to you. I say 96 because that is the percentage of my graduates who will launch a business by the time this 8-week program ends. Yes, that includes hundreds of people who had no experience or business idea before they joined. You see, along with giving you a proven roadmap that's worked in dozens of markets, I'll work with you to help you overcome whatever obstacles come up and even drag you across the finish line so you can finally have that business you love. Before I go into more detail on this mentorship and accountability program, it's important for you to understand the profound impact that launching a business can have on your life. Let me show you how I went from a job where I felt like I was dying inside to creating a life where I'm deeply passionate about what I do every single day. Hi, my name is Brian Rose. I'm the founder and host of London Real. In 2011, I recorded my very first interview in a... I just want to pause that video because a bunch of people just asked here in the chat if they could actually check out the Zoom software that we use on the live calls, and some of them wanted to actually ask me questions and literally talk to me. So what we're going to do now is put a link in there where you can just go ahead and ask me any question you want about the accelerator or business or even my plant-based diet or my Ironman competition. So we're going to go to londonreal.tv/Zoom, right? Zoom, right? And that'll take us there. That's ZOOM. And come on, ask me any question you want, and I'll see you in there. In the meantime, I'll put you back to the video. Tiny studio with just a webcam and a couple of mics. Fast forward to today, I broadcast conversations with billionaire CEOs and best-selling authors to Grammy winners and members of parliament that have reached over 50 million people. And in the process, I have built a 7-figure media company. Now I want to help you build a business that has you excited to wake up in the morning. One that leaves you feeling proud and fulfilled because you're helping others in a meaningful way. This program teaches you how to share your passion with the world and achieve financial freedom. And this stuff works. Over 500 of our graduates have built successful businesses so far. Here are some of their stories.
It was the most amazing thing I've done for my business. Completely transformed the way I've done things. It's brought a new purpose into my life.
You know, that course has really shown me that you can achieve stuff in a much shorter time frame than you initially think you can.
You've got so much potential, so just, if you have an idea of doing it, you've got one life, go ahead and do it. You've got to get that person out the way that might be holding you back and steam forward. If you've got any fear, you just have to steamroller through it. And I found that on the course. I just thought of doing something and then up would come that sense of, oh, can I do this? Can I not do it? And I was like a guy on a steamroller, just straight over, crush it. And that's what I would say to anybody who's thinking of doing your course.
There's so much information on the internet. You can figure out, you can educate yourself for free on the internet. What you can't do is connect with a community. And you can't be successful alone.
You've got to invest in yourself in this world. I've done a lot of courses. I think yours does differ because there's the accountability. You're learning from people that have done it, and from the now. You're not learning from a guy that set up a company 20 years ago when things were very, very different. You're learning it from someone that's done it with his team in the now.
These people have transformed their lives. And you know what these successful graduates have shown me? That by putting yourself in the right environment, you can achieve way more than you ever thought possible. And it's not about some magical $1 million idea, or special influencers you need to know, or getting a Harvard Business School degree. It's about surrounding yourself with experts who can show you what to do and who refuse to let you fail. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. All you have to do is mix a bulletproof business idea with support and accountability. With that, ordinary people can achieve extraordinary results. Here's an example. This is Max Keeling. Max went from no idea to revenue in 6 weeks. But before he did this, he was living like you and me, grinding away at an unfulfilling 9-to-5 job. One day he had enough, took action, and decided to build his own dream through our Business Accelerator. Max threw himself into every aspect of our course, completed our 10 vlogs in 10-day challenge, and after consulting our market opportunity map, he founded the investing coach. A few weeks later, I recommended that he create and deliver his very first webinar. He did and made his first sales months sooner than he ever anticipated. I will never forget the excitement he had on that live call with the entire group. Today, Max is self-employed, running a highly profitable online business. He sells premium digital products and live coaching packages for thousands of pounds each that are sold out up to 6 months in advance. But more importantly, he lives his passion every day, determines his own hours, and travels the world and lives life on his own terms. I love Max's story because it reminds me of when I was building London Real. Max said, once you get over the fear and push through, that's where all the magic happens. I'm a big believer in this idea. If you watch my TED Talk, you'll see that's the core message I was trying to spread. Go to where the fear is. My talk was watched by hundreds of thousands of people because the concept of fear and how it inhibits us resonates with everyone. It's something universal. We know it, we understand it, and we feel it. But most of the time, we still don't take action. For example, have you ever wanted to quit your job but were too afraid? Maybe you imagine looking at your boss dead in the eye and saying, "I quit." Then picture yourself walking out the door with a big smile on your face, knowing you'll never be back. We've all had a fantasy like this, but we're too afraid to take action. And I understand why. It's scary to leave your only source of income. That's why it's so important to build a business you love on the side now. Something you control. This will give you an escape route and keep you from being a slave to your paycheck, like I was for 20 years. You've spent tens of thousands of hours helping someone else build their dream business over the course of your life. Why not invest some of that into your dream? Okay, time for some brutal honesty. It's tempting to blame your boss, society, or your upbringing for where you are today. But the truth is that you are where you are because of the choices you made. But all of that can change in an instant, whenever you decide to follow your passion. The truth is that the person cutting your paycheck made the same choice years ago, and so can you. So which person do you want to be? The person who wakes up tired on Monday, works a boring 9-to-5 job, lives for the weekend, and repeats the cycle. The person who knows they're destined for more, but does nothing about it. Or the person who jumps out of bed on Monday, does inspiring work, lives their passion, looks forward to life, and builds financial freedom in the process. So what's it going to be? Are you going to make a change, or will I bump into you 1 year from now and find you leading a life of quiet desperation? What about 5 years from now? 10 years? What about 20? I know because I used to be that guy, slowly grinding myself into misery year after year, doing the same thing and expecting a different result. And you know what that is? Insanity. How about we change your future right now? You and me together as a team. Are you with me? But don't go into your boss's office right now and quit your job. I know that's what I did, but there's a tendency to romanticize these scenarios. We believe these stories end with, "They all lived happily ever after." But it actually took me years to get where I am today. I didn't have a plan. I knew nothing about YouTube, online business, or monetization. I built London Real by slowly grinding my way through, making every mistake possible. I got distracted by the latest web tools and apps. I asked favors from London Real fans to set up technology, which took months longer than it should have. I even spammed our London Real episodes on people's Facebook walls. It was exhausting. Now, after years of blood, sweat, and tears, after interviewing the greatest minds in the world, after making every mistake possible, I'm proud to say that I have built my dream lifestyle. I'm able to wake up every day doing what I love, providing value, and changing lives for the better, while being financially independent and answering to nobody. Getting to that place wasn't easy. I had to go through years of suffering and headaches. But I've got good news. you don't have to go through the same journey as me, because I have compiled my knowledge, expertise, and secrets in one place. After a half-decade of trying every possible strategy in the book, it has become very clear to me that you can't just go cold turkey and venture out into the world hoping for the best. You need an idea, a plan, and a series of steps in order to get what you want. In essence, a roadmap. But that's only the beginning, because knowledge isn't everything. If it was, then we would all be billionaires with six-pack abs. Along with a roadmap, it's also important to have a guide, someone who's been there before and will work with you personally through the biggest challenges you face. On top of that, it's important to have like-minded people to support you, people who understand what you're going through and who want you to succeed, who will be there to give you feedback, motivate you, and pick you up when things get tough. When you combine a proven roadmap with a skilled guide and an army of supporters, that will make you unstoppable. And that's what I'm offering you today. If you've ever dreamed about living your passion while achieving financial freedom in the process, I can show you how. I'm proud to officially open the London Real Business Accelerator. When you join our course, you embark on a unique journey. You will not just learn about business, you will be taking on a meaningful challenge that will change your life forever. And you won't be doing it alone. You'll join a group of smart, hungry, like-minded entrepreneurs from around the world who will be building their businesses alongside you. Many of our students have said the network alone is worth the price of this course. But more importantly, I will be personally mentoring you every step of the way. You will have complete access to me during the entire course. And honestly, I don't know if this will be the case next time around. London Real is growing at such a fast pace that I don't expect to be so personally involved in the future. So now is the time to let me help you build your dream. Let me go deeper into what the Business Accelerator actually is. For 8 weeks, we will be releasing a video module every week, combined with 2 live video calls. On Tuesday, we have a live keynote call where I go into detail on the specific module. And on Sunday, we have a live workshop call where both myself and your team leaders give you feedback on your progress. And we leave no man or woman behind. Our course has the highest success rate of any online business course out there because we put massive emphasis on accountability, which is what I call the secret ingredient to success. You can learn the best techniques, strategies, mindsets, tools, and tactics in the world, but if nobody is there to keep you accountable, you won't get the amazing results you envision for yourself. Okay, so what's in the modules? Well, let me walk you through each one of them. Week 1, bulletproof your business idea. To kick things off, we start with your business idea. If you don't have an idea, you will find one here. If you already have an idea, we will make sure you have the right one. If you already have a business, we will expand its scope. Next, I'll show you how to make a compelling 1-minute business pitch that you can use for your customers and your investors. And lastly, I'm introducing 3 proven psychological mindsets that I personally use to help you thrive through the entire course. Week 2, find your micro niche. In this module, you're going to identify something crucial, your micro niche. This is a small subsection of the market that you will own. Next, you'll find out your competitors' strategies, strengths, and weaknesses, and what you can learn to model and what you can avoid. Next, I'm going to show you how to determine exactly what your customer wants. You will use these insights not to just be better, but be different than your market competitors. Week 3, build your high-performance website. Here you will create your website in less than a week. That's right, less than 7 days. But there's more. I will show you how to attract and capture potential customers, then have lifetime access to market to them for free. Even better, I'm going to show you how to do it in a way where people will want to hear your marketing message. Week 4, make your content. This is where most students have their biggest breakthroughs. In this module, you'll complete the legendary 10 Vlogs in 10 Days challenge. This is where you start sharing your ideas, making an impact, and find out exactly what people are dying to hear you talk about. You will also learn how to make compelling video content the London Real way. I will show you how to produce a 3-part series as a free product to hook your new customers. Then, you will warm them up to become your long-term customers by delivering them exceptional value. Week 5, kickstart your social media. Nowadays, there's a social media expert on every corner. But how many can show you proven results? Who do you know that went from 1 Twitter follower to over 125,000? We did, and not in some spammy way, but in a deliberate fashion while building authority in the market. In this module, I'm revealing all the strategies I gleaned since 2011. I will break down all of the big social media channels and show you which ones to use and which ones to avoid. Week 6, create your product. Here I guide you down the London Real product success path. First, we will find out what value you can offer to your customers. Then, I will show you how to properly package it. And lastly, we will create your minimum viable product, which is a fancy name for the best kind of product with the least amount of effort that people will actually pay for. Week 7, sell your product. This is where the rubber meets the road, folks. Now you will present and sell your product by hosting your very own online webinar. I'm going to show you the exact triggers that we have used to close hundreds of our customers on our webinars. And here's the best part. If you did all of the work in the previous modules, your prospects will already want to buy from you even before you start the sales conversation. Here is where the money will start to roll in, and the feeling is exhilarating. Week 8, launch your business. This is it. You've built all the necessary pieces of an online business, and now it's time to launch. You will identify strategic relationships in your network and influencers inside your industry. Then, I will give you word-for-word templates on how to reach out to them in order to 10x your business. Lastly, you will create a blueprint for your next 12 months with a long-term vision. Congratulations, you have your own business. In addition to this, you'll also get my bonus module, Accelerate Your Year. Here, I will go deep into the end-to-end ecosystem, how to optimize your online funnel, and show you A/B testing strategies to maximize your business success. Here's a summary of everything you get on the Business Accelerator. 8 video modules containing the latest cutting-edge techniques, tools, and insights on how to go from no idea to an online business. 16 hours of live video calls. You will interact with me face-to-face on a live call twice per week. Here, I will give you private instruction, answer questions, and follow up on your progress. Our private email address, dedicated to answering any question about the course within 24 hours, and lifetime access to all the video modules. If you fall behind during the course, you can pick up anytime you want. But most importantly, I am offering you accountability. You will not just sit around and watch videos. I'm going to make sure you actually do everything we teach by including weekly check-ins and 24/7 help. Me and my team of London Real business coaches will support you throughout the entire accelerator. If you get stuck, we are here to help you. Our trademark accountability document. Your progress will be followed in real time on our accountability system together with all of the other accelerator students. Access to the private Business Accelerator Facebook group where you can connect instantly with a group of like-minded students, many of whom will become friends for the rest of your life. Lastly, I'm offering you a free ticket to our live weekend graduation event in London. Here, you will meet your classmates, go deeper on course material, and crystallize your plans for your business. This includes free admission to our super focus group, interviews at London Real Studios, a group dinner on Saturday night, and a walking tour of London with the class and the team on Sunday. But just so you know, this event is optional. You don't have to attend in order to complete the Business Accelerator. And that covers the entire course. But to top things off, I'm also including a no man or woman left behind 60-day money-back guarantee. If for any reason you don't feel like I have given you the value I promised, I'm offering you a 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee, no questions asked. I'm that confident in this course. All you need to do is complete all of the coursework on time and attend all of the live calls. If you do this and are not 100% satisfied, I will give you a full refund. But once you join, you will see that I leave no man or woman behind. I will make sure that you get over the finish line, kicking and screaming if necessary. That's the beauty of our accountability system. It's the reason why this course has the highest success rate of any of its kind. It's the secret sauce that gives us incredible stories like this one. Let me introduce you to Claire Lim.
My name's Claire. I am 22 years old and I'm from Hong Kong. I'm here on the Business Accelerator program because I've decided to open the first movement studio in Hong Kong.
Meet Claire, a 22-year-old movement and dance teacher from Hong Kong who wanted to turn her passion into a business and live life on her own terms. She decided to invest in her future and join the London Real Business Accelerator, a live and interactive 8-week mentorship and accountability program designed to make her business dream a reality. Together with over 60 entrepreneurs in 14 time zones around the world, Claire undertook a radical life transformation, learning how to publish videos of herself, build her social media platforms, create digital products, and actually sell them on her own webinar. With 2 live interactive calls per week, she was coached and mentored by me, Brian Rose, the founder and host of London Real. Following our blueprint of 8 world-class video content modules, a private Facebook group, and our trademark accountability documents, all while under the supervision of experienced team leaders from around the world.
I have begun a 10-day vlog challenge presented to me by Brian Rose. I've had spurts of extreme motivation and passion, and it's like going on hyperdrive, and it's some sort of superpower.
But it was the global community of her fellow classmates and entrepreneurs who also built businesses that was the hidden value of the whole experience.
I think it's bizarre how everybody's in different parts of the world. Everybody's there for each other.
It took hard work, but Claire was soon recording huge wins while she also built the foundation of her business. By the end of the course, she was celebrating major success as she reached out to partners and recorded her own webinar.
And it really worked. I had about 1,700 views, and I don't even have 1,000 Facebook friends. And it worked because I felt like I was talking to people, you know, and connecting and helping and providing value. You know, and also I made so many friends with people on the course, and it's been a real honor.
We are together.
Yeah. Both from Hong Kong.
Yes, both from Hong Kong.
Yeah. But all together, it just becomes like a real family. You know, I'd really like to spread the message that other people can be doing this, especially other young people, you know, stepping up to be entrepreneurs. If you do love what you do and you can immerse, then look out for the next course, seriously.
Today, Claire has turned her dream into a reality and built a profitable business by opening Hong Kong's first movement, dance, and meditation studio. Now she has both a sustainable lifestyle and lives her passion every day, doing something she truly loves while inspiring, motivating, and leading people in the movement revolution. So by now, you're probably wondering, what's the price for the Business Accelerator? Well, if you were to get an MBA from a business school, you'd have to pay about $100,000. Then figure out how to apply everything on your own once you graduate. The good news is the Business Accelerator doesn't cost anything near that. We could charge $15,000 for the course, and paying that much for a business that can earn you many times that every year would still be an amazing deal, especially since it also lets you live your dream lifestyle. But we also wanted to make this affordable to everyone, so we cut the price as low as we could for something with this much personalized attention. So we have 3 levels of investment. The standard package, for which we also have a 12-month payment plan, the premium package, and of course, the inner circle. The standard package gives you 8 video modules, 16 hours of live calls with me and my London Real business coaches, access to our private Business Accelerator Facebook group, our private email address with a 24-hour response time, lifetime access to all the modules and workbooks, a London Real coach based on your business model, and 1 ticket to our graduation weekend. With the premium package, you receive everything from the standard package, plus a one-on-one video kickoff call with me to assess your business ideas and plans for the future, my private email and Facebook chat for the course during the entire 8-week period, and the big one, you get to smell the leather with your own one-on-one interview here at London Real Studios, sitting in the chair opposite me. This is a huge business asset that you can have to land customers and give you access to partners and really jack up your social proof. And lastly, for the people who want to go all in, I'm offering the Inner Circle package, where I will personally mentor you for 6 months after the course is complete. Not only that, you'll get access to my Inner Circle group of exclusive, driven entrepreneurs who are hungry to make a change and take their businesses to the next level. Here we go big. So if you want to build that 7-figure business, this is the package for you. So now is your chance to click the Buy Now button and join our Business Accelerator. To put things in perspective, where are you going to find an offer like this anywhere else? If you join a typical digital course, that's what it's going to be. Digital, no people. The problem with a digital course is that everything is down to you. You're on your own, which massively increases your chances of failure. Why leave this up to chance? Instead, join our accelerator, where you have your own business coach who keeps you accountable and a group of like-minded entrepreneurs who will embark on the same journey as you. Of course, you could decide to do it alone. But if you've seen my 3-part video series, then you'll know how hard it was to build London Real from the ground up, all by myself. It took me 3 full years to even make a dime. It's romantic to think you can do everything on your own. But honestly, if you study how the best in the world succeed, they all had mentors. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Mozart, Albert Einstein, and Alexander the Great. These were people who learned from the best. I too have been privileged to learn from many of the best in the world by inviting them into my studio. I stand on the shoulders of giants. And if it wasn't for them, I might still be broadcasting from a tiny little studio with just 2 microphones and spamming my episodes on all my friends' Facebook walls. But I transcended. I opened myself up to people who had already achieved what I wanted. I learned from them and built London Real into a global media and transformation company because of it. During this course, I will be your mentor, steering you every step of the way. So click that button and buy. Join my program. You will not regret it. And one more thing. When you look at the times we live in today, it has never been easier to build a business in the history of mankind. Your product idea can be tested for less than $100. Your website can be set up instantly. Your customers can be rapidly found through social media. And with the Business Accelerator, you can get there in record speed without having to make all the amateur mistakes that I made. The truth is that the biggest thing holding us back is our own minds. The moment we want to do something bold, we have 100 small little voices in our heads telling us to do the exact opposite. We see someone create a successful business, and we immediately find reasons why we cannot do it. Oh yeah, that person probably has money, good looks, great connections, it's luck. I grew up as a science geek, became a banker, and then created London Real. It has nothing to do with luck, good genes, or talent. It has to do with the willingness to just go for it. The same goes for any big London Real guest that comes into this studio. I have learned that they have the same basic fears as you and me, but they are directed by a different story. Instead of waiting for the right time to do something like start a business, they make it the right time. They make the decision to plow ahead at full speed. Fears and self-doubt be damned. And these people are not special. We've all met people who are driven no matter what their age, IQ, or background may be. Your inner game is the key to your success. Over the years, I've seen so many people with the potential, the energy, and the know-how to make it happen, but they were paralyzed by the story they were telling themselves. Let me go over some of the most common ones I hear. I don't have a business idea. Well, guess what? You don't need one to start this course. During our first modules, we will dig deeper into who you really are, what idea will fit you, and what market to pursue. We've included multiple exercises, worksheets, and resources to help you find the right business idea, including the market opportunity map and your golden triangle. Instead of having to venture out there on the internet and read dozens of articles with contradictory techniques on how to find an idea, we have actually done the hard work for you by designing easy, practical tools that will get you started and accelerate your progress. Will this actually work? I spend thousands of dollars on digital courses every month in order to get myself and the London Real team to the next level. There are some amazing products out there, but there is one thing they all lack: accountability. You see, most of the digital courses out there are exactly that: digital. You sit at home alone and watch video modules. Sound like fun? Not to me. I believe in teaching the old-fashioned way. So when you sign up to one of my courses, you get to see the whites of my eyes on 2 one-hour calls every single week. You get to participate in these live Zoom calls with the members of your class, many of whom will become your friends for life. I track your progress and push you to be the best, and I'm not a big fan of excuses. So if you want to watch some videos, go to YouTube. But if you want to actually change your life, sign up to our Business Accelerator. Well, when I founded London Real 6 years ago, I started with 1 YouTube subscriber. I didn't know what I was doing, my family and friends didn't care, and I was honestly nervous about what my former colleagues in banking would think of me. Since then, London Real has had over 50 million views, held interviews with some of the most amazing people on the planet, and now has a product ecosystem with multiple successful courses. I'm truly able to say that I've created a business I'm passionate about. Through that experience, I believe anybody can get what they want if they commit. Starting a business isn't easy, and the first step is always the hardest. But once you completely decide to go all in, everything else becomes easier, and I will be here to guide you every step of the way. I don't have any time. Do you have enough time to be successful? Most people who complain of not having enough time in their lives suffer from bad routines and an ungrounded mindset. The Business Accelerator gets rid of all of that. So many people spend hours at the computer, starting on one task, half completing it before jumping to another, never knowing the roadmap to building a successful business. I will give you a clear methodology, allowing you to focus your valuable time on exactly what matters. You will see results with as little as 5 hours per week. Although just like anything else, it's simple. The more time you invest, the more results you will see. Successful people have the same 24 hours in a day as everyone else. They just use that time differently. And if you want to learn how, then join us now, because I'm not sure when I will do this again or how involved I will be the next time. But I have a little surprise bonus for you. If you join me today, you will get access to the London Real Library. You will get the exact workbooks, word-for-word scripts, and templates for every single module, including how to reach out to influencers, contact blogs, write your first blog posts, and more. Not only that, inside you will also get case studies from previous successful graduates and how-to tutorials for every step of the way. So click the buy button and join me on this course. I have big plans for this class, and I would love for you to be a part of it. Don't settle for anything less than an incredible life. You have so much to offer the world, even if you don't see it yet. So if you're ready to escape the 9 to 5 and build a business that pays you to do what you love, then hit that button and join me. I'll see you on the inside.